Hello, everybody on YouTube. My name's Casey. This is Daniel and Steven. This is the Audible Sports Podcast, and we are just three idiots that like to talk sports. So, what'd you guys think of this weekend's games?
Kevin straight in. I love it.
Yep. Love it. Nobody's in the chat, so.
It's okay.
Steven gets a snack or something.
Yeah, Steven's got his food going. My
Well, they
computer started
delivered
updating
it fucking
apparently, so
20 minutes late.
we're in
so-
shambles, guys.
Tony quit. He's not here anymore.
Yeah,
Just
quitter.
kidding. Tony didn't quit, guys. He's
Tony's
still,
being a best
he's still
man
around.
right now.
No,
so
he quit.
I forgive him.
He's got best man duties going on. But yeah, Colts lost again, so that sucked. Freaking Colts.
Hey, Daniel.
Yeah.
Cowboys won.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah. Woo!
Fucking rush hour, baby.
Hey, our team has more wins than Casey's and Tony's team combined.
Hey, but we play you this year, so we have a
might have
chance
the
to.
same amount of wins as their entire division.
It's pretty funny. Yeah, our division winner might have 7 wins total when it's all said and done. That kind of sucks. Our division's trash,
Yeah.
dude.
It's kind of funny, actually.
Super trash. Colts had no business losing the Titans. No business. But it is what it is. But
Sorry, I'm in this. I'm just posting a TikTok really quick, getting it out so we can spread the word. So
yeah.
I'm eating, so.
All right, I guess I'll just take over the show, guys. Let's go here. All right, I'm just going to go to our fantasy football recap, week 4. Let's move it on over. Steven got his first ever fantasy win, guys, ever in his life.
Convincingly, too.
Convincingly.
With a-
Look at Joe Buck yourself over
Steven
there.
had like 150 points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like 142.
Hey, shout out to the Detroit Lions, though.
yeah, Troy Lyons got a bunch of points. You had Jamal Williams, don't you?
Yep, and TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah, here, I'll just click on your game.
Combined 60 points.
Well, actually, we can't see anything when I do that, so we're just going to go back to the other page. Doink. But yeah, Steven, 142 points. Beat Isaac. Isaac is now 2-2. I
Yo.
went 2-2 because Sharif decided to not bench Alvin Kamara.
Alvin
So-
Kamara.
Save my ass.
Jerry's in the chat. We got Daniel's favorite chant.
Daniel, I'll let you read that.
I'm not even looking. Jerry knows better now.
Jerry knows how to spell in third grade level, at least.
Yeah, there you go. EAGLES Eagles, Jerry says in the chat.
That spells dumbass.
Daniel somehow gets the win over Stud Team. Daniel, how did you win?
I won with half the points Steven.
Half the points Steven had, and his name is still I Hate Casey Team. So
Like, I had 2 good 2 weeks, and I lost 1 game.
That's how it goes in fantasy, bro. You could have the best
Yeah.
week of your fucking season. Somebody could
And
have a better
still
week.
lose. Yeah.
Yeah, if you played Shane, you would have lost. Like
I
Mr.
know.
Steeler Virginia over there.
That's what happened last week. I
Fucking
had the
auto-draft
second most
bastard.
points last week, and then Daniel beat me by 2 points.
I think from now on, I'm just going to auto draft my teams because
Thanks.
my brother
Yeah,
auto
apparently
drafted
it
his
fucking
team.
works.
He's 3-1. I mean, his team has been going off, which is crazy. But he destroyed Tony's team. Poor Tony. But Tony's first loss. But nobody is undefeated. So once again, nobody will be undefeated in this league. The Better Eder and Minnesota Monkeys, who is Andrew and Samantha. Andrew got the better of the Better Eder. Haha. That's kind of funny.
That's funny.
And then Edward with the convincing win up here over John. Poor John. His Texans suck and his fantasy team
Oh my
sucks.
god.
But I don't know what Steven's doing. I think he's trying to land a plane over there.
Oh, my speaker fell
Trying to
down.
land a plane.
It's just like, that's all I hear.
My speaker fell down.
Well, we'll go to our standings over here.
Jerry,
So you
how'd
guys-
you do this week?
Yeah, Jerry,
Oh,
how'd you
Jerry's
do in your
undefeated?
fantasy team league?
He's fucking
let's hear
undefeated.
about it. He's not undefeated. You liar. I need proof.
We need proof tomorrow at work.
No, I need proof right now.
How's he gonna do that? He can't
Text
do
it to
that.
me. Got my number.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't text you.
Anyway, fantasy standings. I'm only 1 game out of first, guys. 1 game.
Aren't
Yeah.
we all?
You have Stud Team rounding out the bottom down here. More like Dud Team. Am I right? Look at that.
Oh.
Boo
Hey, that was me
Doug.
last week, so.
Should I make another TikTok video of him getting shit on?
Yeah, do it. But that kind of rounds up our fantasy. I mean, it'll get more spicy as playoffs loom, but that's what we got there.
Yeah, there weren't a lot of like super close games this week.
I mean, mine was
for our
close.
Fantasy league.
I had to survive.
Well, you know. Who cares
Well,
about you?
Yeah,
Just kidding.
okay, whatever. It's a mosquito. I'm gonna kill it.
Casey's killing mosquitoes.
I didn't get it. I don't know where it
Yeah,
is.
there's no hand-eye coordination
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, shut up.
He's like, and action.
Yeah.
All right. Jerry said, okay, hold on. Did he send it to me? He didn't send me anything. Anyway, we got to move on. Week 4 recap.
Football, baby.
Take it away, Daniel. Talk about your Cowboys.
Oh, dude. You know, hold on. I'm just pulling up the games real quick
He's pulling up the games.
just to make sure I got everything covered.
How about that Thursday night game, though, with Cincinnati and Miami? Tua
Oh,
should
yeah.
have not
You
been
wanna-
playing, huh?
you wanna
You want
talk about
to
that,
go talk
Daniel?
about that since you were talking about Tua?
Yup. Dude, honestly, I kind of forgot about that.
Because it was on Thursday.
Yo, the fucking NFL is so stupid. How do you let anybody play in that condition? We all know he was concussed the first game. It was not back issues. Come on now, like anybody with a brain can tell that that's not back problems. He could not walk straight. I don't understand how he got away with being not in concussion protocol. Obviously, the team doctor for the Dolphins has been fired since, rightfully so.
As he should have been.
And Tua might have CTE now, so that sucks. But you know, he is. Did they put him in a protocol at all? No, huh?
Yeah,
He's in
concussion
protocol now, yeah.
He's in protocol now.
Mhm.
Okay.
He's out
About
this
time.
week. In case you were wondering, he's out this week.
Yeah,
with
he's
a
already
concussion.
been ruled out. So,
Imagine
Dolphins.
if they would have did that last week.
yeah, but they didn't.
The Dolphins
Also-
might have won a Super Bowl
They
this year.
fucking lost anyway.
Cincinnati beat them down. Actually, Daniel, you're the one that got that game right, 27 to
Yes,
15.
sir.
So there you go. The game that was in London, isn't it? Minnesota takes out New Orleans. I told you guys when I switched my pick, Minnesota covers the 3, Minnesota wins, and I said they'd win by about 3.
You
28,
know,
25,
It was
they
a
won by
good pick switch, but I'm not a little bitch, and I'm not gonna switch my picks.
Hey, it's not about
like
being a
that.
little bitch. It's about going over the stats and everything and
So,
all that.
so Daniel, I think that should count as a loss for Casey. So he's 9-7 now.
No, I switched it. So
Nope.
No.
2-1 overrule.
nope, I switched it. You can eat
Overruled.
shit, Steven.
No,
It's
I mean
recorded
the
on TikTok.
injuries. The injuries are what killed New Orleans in that game, and then
And the double
You know,
doink.
yeah, the double doinker and
Actually,
just little
that
things.
double doink was pretty impressive by Will Lutz because that was a 61-yard try, and he just hit like a 60-yarder right before that. Like,
He's got a boot.
I don't know how that ball didn't go in though. It hit the upright, and it looked like it was gonna bounce in, then it bounced the other way. It was just really weird. So,
Huh.
and
It's
then-
that London
did you guys
air,
see?
man.
Did you guys see the slow? I got it. It's dead. Actually, it's not dead.
No, it's
Die,
not dead.
motherfucker. Now it's dead. Okay. Sorry, guys.
Did
You
we
guys
see
can carry
what?
this on while I clean my hand off.
Well, you were gonna
You were
say
gonna ask
something, and then
Nice. Jesus Christ.
I don't want to see your mole on your hand.
Yeah, that's my mole. But it was dead.
All right,
I did
anyway.
it.
Mole.
All right.
Anyway,
No more
What the fuck
pestering
were
me.
you gonna ask us?
I
He
got
doesn't
distracted.
remember.
I don't remember.
Oh my god.
What was I gonna ask
Oh
you?
god.
Oh,
Well,
did
the
you guys
Colts
see
still
the slow
suck.
motion?
Oh, he's got
It showed everybody the Saints and the Vikings like reacting to the kick. You see the Saints guys going, and then they go, and then the Vikings guy are like, like it's so. It was great.
didn't
love
see
that.
but that's funny.
It was so
Sounds
good.
about right.
That was probably the game of the week, to watch, honestly, in
but you had to
London
wake up early.
because the game
There
was
were
in
a lot
London.
of close games this week.
Yeah, Atlanta beat the Browns. Browns lost
Yeah.
to Atlanta in Atlanta,
That was a lost pick for me.
23 to
Chaos.
20. I think it was a lost pick for everybody.
Casey's blowout of the week didn't pan out.
Nope, it went into overtime, but they still
The
lost.
Packers are not as good as everyone's thinking.
Nope.
Can't catch the ball.
Can't catch the ball. Maybe the Patriots
Can't
aren't
run-
as
well, no,
bad
they
as we
can run
are
the
all
ball
thinking
still,
either.
but-
Your
Packers don't
Cowboys
have the
destroy the
defense
Commanders.
You guys had the points really close there, but we play Price's Right rules, so I win, bitches.
Surprise!
It was what?
All right, Bob Barker.
Well, that wasn't a surprise, but go ahead, Daniel.
It was a weird game until later on. It went exactly how I thought it was going to for a little while, with just being close and tedious and annoying. And then they started, taking off after that interception, and shout out
As-
Trayvon Diggs.
As division
And
games
it
are.
just, started snowball effect. So
Yeah.
good win for Dallas. Cooper Rush is now 4-0. He is the first Dallas Cowboy ever to start his
career.
him being a
His
starter
first 4
4-0.
games.
Yeah.
Do you think
Worked
Cooper
hard.
Rush stays in if he keeps winning like this?
Until
No.
Dak gets healthy.
Yeah, if once Dak is healthy, he'll be
Well,
back.
Dak could
But
be
the
healthy
good-
this week.
He's not going to
He
be.
will not be playing.
He's not
We
playing. this week.
already
They already confirmed it.
Jerry already came out and said that
He can't grip the ball well.
yeah, he
still.
can't grip the ball as well as we'd like him to.
You guys got the Bills this week, no?
No, the
Rams.
Rams.
The Rams.
Ram
You got the Ram. Another
in LA.
game none of us saw coming. Remember when we all took the under in the Seahawks Detroit game?
Oh yeah.
The
Oh, yeah,
Seahawks.
it was,
So, and Steven, and I quote, the Lions might score 35 points. The Seahawks scored 48, and the over-under was like 50.
Hey, the Lions scored
93-point game.
45 points.
Yeah. Imagine taking a bet over 70-something and hitting that. You would have won a shit
Hey,
ton
I'll
of money.
take it. They won me my fantasy game this
Yeah.
week. So
Shit ton of money. The Colts shit the bet against the Titans.
Sounds about right.
There you go.
Yep.
Yep, sounds about right. And
Derrick Henry's back, baby.
Derrick
Colts
Henry
can't
crossed the
score in the
century
red
mark for the
zone.
first time this year against my Colts. Colts had 4 turnovers in the red zone as well.
Jesus
Difference in the
Christ.
game. Yeah. I got no words.
could have been worse. You
On-
could have gone to that game.
Yeah, I almost went to that game. You know what? Instead, sold my tickets, made $200 off of them. So there's that. Sorry, Jacob, who bought my tickets. I hope you had fun at the game, though. Great seats.
How about the Bills coming back on the Ravens, huh?
Oh yeah. Did you see the
that
Ravens
was
players?
a great game.
They were pissed at John Harbaugh.
Shit, I would have been too.
I mean,
It was like 20-3 at one point, wasn't it?
Well, no. Well, it's the fact that they went on 4th and goal to get a touchdown instead of taking the 3 points, and said they didn't make it, and then Buffalo went down the field and
mhm,
kicked the
and-
game-winning field goal.
won it. Could have
Shit on-
taken the 3. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Buffalo might have won the game anyway. Might have taken it down for a touchdown. But yeah, they should have. I mean, Buffalo's defense, give credit to them because they stopped them on that 4th and goal try right there. But Jerry,
Jerry's Eagles.
Jerry's
7
like
turnovers, I think.
Jerry's like, geez, why so quiet in the group chat? Nobody
Yeah, I
wants to
should've
talk to you
played
today.
I should have played the Eagles defense instead of the Cowboys. I thought Jacksonville was going to do more and not turn the ball over fucking 7 or 8 times.
Yeah, but
Jerry, how many turnovers did your team have last week? See, I'm so lonely.
hang on. I'm gonna try and bring Josh in here for you.
Oh no. Oh no. Wait, what do you mean you're going to try and bring him in here?
Texting him the link to the
Oh, for the chat.
For the
oh,
chat.
for the chat. I was like,
I'm
oh,
You
God.
were
so
gonna, pull him up on
lonely.
Skype or something. I was like, oh shit.
hang on, Jerry.
There's
Let me
no
check
one
my
here
phone.
beside me.
Sure, Josh will end up in here sometime. Jerry, he is. You won 105 to 69, which is pretty nice.
There's Janeth. Hi, babe. Fuck the Eagles. Oh, that's right.
There you go, Jerry. You got Eagles fans in there. So Jerry did win his stuff, but it doesn't show me that you're undefeated, Jerry. Let me see your record.
It's crazy.
Pick 6. You're a pick 6, Jerry. How about that?
That game, though, I mean, the Jaguars had a lot of opportunities to come back, and they just couldn't execute on it.
Yeah.
They were winning 14-0 at one point.
It shows the inexperience in Trevor Lawrence.
Here's the thing, though.
There's a lot
I
of it.
don't think the Jags are bad. They might win the South this year, the AFC South.
Yeah, they might. If the Colts keep up what the fuck they're doing, and
Oh, we will. Don't
I
worry.
think the Titans are figuring themselves out a little bit more, but they don't have a lot of good weapons. So could be Jacksonville's division to take.
Yeah.
Can
We
you
play
imagine?
them again in 2 weeks, so that's
Yeah,
fun.
you'll probably lose that one too.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Probably.
We'll find a way to lose that shit too. Colts fucking piss me off.
Oh, man.
But
As always, as is tradition.
As is
while we're on the
tradition.
topic of Week 4 games, what was y'all's best Week 4 game?
You said it earlier. I thought it was the Viking Saints game.
Viking Saints.
Yeah,
that was-
I mean that game went back and forth for a while, and sadly the fucking Vikings came out on top of that. I think I was the only one to pick the Saints in that game.
I'd be okay with a game in London every week though. Wake up, there's football on. There's more football
Yeah,
on,
it's
and then
pretty
there's more
nice.
football on, and then there's Sunday night football. So I'm okay with London getting a team.
Hey, what up, Edward?
Hey,
Edward.
Getting some tutties.
Oh yeah, Zach Wilson winning this first game.
Not only him, but Kenny Pickett too in
Yeah,
the Steelers
Tony
game,
was-
scoring some touchdowns.
Tony
But
was
yeah.
happy.
He threw 3 interceptions in 3 quarters though.
By the
Poor
way,
guy.
Edward, Jerry is a huge Eagles fan, so feel free to fight with him. Jerry, Edward is a Cowboys fan, and he will fight you. Jerry says Jets really need a running back. Yeah. Well, they've got some.
They've got decent running backs.
Yeah.
Just they don't have a standout back.
Yeah, I think Brees Hall will be really good in a few years, but he needs to develop a little bit. Chat, let us know what your favorite game of this week was. Minnesota Vikings, New Orleans Saints was pretty good. I thought the Bills, Ravens game was pretty awesome.
There was a lot of tight games.
No,
so, I mean,
I'm scared of the Eagles.
Do you play the Eagles
Fucking
next? No, you
Edward.
play the Rams next.
No, Edward said that in the chat.
When do you guys play the Eagles first?
We play the Eagles
Next week.
next
Uh,
week.
Oh, okay. So
six.
that's when it starts. It begins
That game is in Philly as
Mhm.
well, and then Christmas Eve we play them in Dallas.
in Dallas. Both should be good games,
Yeah, they should.
unless they're not.
But the Eagles are going to be out for fucking blood against us this year after dropping 51 and 41.
By the way, speaking
It
of
was.
Zach Wilson with Edward, how about the Jets beating the Steelers? Tony, your team's more trash than mine.
The
Guess
Jets
we'll
aren't that bad.
We'll really find out later when they play.
Rush hour, baby.
Edward, do you want to keep him as your quarterback? Do you want Dak to go in? That's what I want to know.
I still say you put Dak in.
Yeah, Dak's still a better quarterback. I'm telling you that week 1 game was an absolute fluke by everyone. It was trash and just a bad situation. Everyone's figuring it out now. The defense looks fucking nuts. You put Dak
Nuts?
back in there, elite IQ, QB, fucking move. Well, he's not going to run very much anymore because, he almost lost his leg. But, I'd still rather have Dak in there.
Edward says when Dak is ready, let's go.
Yeah.
Get along, little doggy. Rush knows he's QB2. Yeah, he does. I mean, but he's been playing really good. Really good.
He has.
That's
I
his
think-
job.
I think, say the season goes the way it does, somebody's looking for a quarterback next year, he could end up on another team as a starter.
Cooper Rush?
Yeah, like the Colts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like the Colts. I mean, he'll be our 7th quarterback in 7 years. Let's fucking go.
I would pick Cooper Rush over half the league's starting quarterbacks right now.
Yeah.
He's playing lights out. It's crazy.
My
Patriots
quarterback
have
is
to go to third string quarterback this week too.
Matt Zappi. Is that his name?
Yeah,
don't
dude.
remember.
We were watching it at I think we were at Twin Peaks and we saw some of the highlights. And I was like, Brian Hoyer's playing, I think. And then I
He
saw
was.
Zappy and I was like, what the fuck? Who is that? So
He-
apparently Brian Hoyer got hurt too. That
Yeah, he got
sucks.
hurt like early in the game too. It was like
The
the
Patriots
second
are just-
drive.
in shambles at the quarterback's position.
Hey,
so.
but he kept them in there. Kevin in the
No.
chat. I think I'd choose a potato over Dak. Kevin doesn't like Dak Prescott apparently.
Apparently.
No, that's why we don't like Kevin.
Ooh,
Kevin's
Kevin, he
favorite
doesn't
sport
like
is
you.
soccer, though. The wrong football.
Yeah, it's called
That's-
soccer.
It triggers him a little bit, honestly.
It does because it's
Yeah.
not called football. It's soccer.
This is
Well,
America.
in Europe, it's just football. It's not football. It's a Mexican thing.
It's fucking soccer. Okay.
It's
anyway.
fucking sucker.
Any other games you guys want to go over here?
I'm just trying to think. I don't think. And let me go over my notes real quick.
The Chiefs showed that they have a fucking crazy
offense?
offense still without Tyreek Hill. Who's the guy that replaced that's wearing number 10 now?
For who?
For the Chiefs.
it Juju?
Pacheco?
Pacheco? Yeah, he's good.
Dude,
he's a rookie.
good. He is good.
A lot of people
And
were
he's
saying to
fucking
draft
fast.
him, but
The Browns lost to the Falcons.
they did. They did lose to the Falcons.
I don't know.
Guy
even
kept
wanna-
playing with a toy behind me.
What
The
even
Giants won
happened here?
again.
The Giants beat the Bears. The Bears.
The Texans are still trash.
Yeah.
Sorry, John.
Hey, they started coming back.
All I know, I went 10-6 in my picks last week, and I'm happy about that.
All of you went 10-6, and I
The
went
Raiders won their
11
first game
and
this week.
Yeah, over the shit
Over
show
the-
Broncos.
The Broncos, who's probably going to beat Casey's team again.
Yeah, probably. They're probably
Yeah.
gonna. Not even gonna lie. They're probably gonna shit on us this Thursday. The Colts are ace. That's
This
all
would
I
be the
got to
worst
say.
time for Russell Wilson to find his stride.
It's time to tank and fire Frank. How about that? Let's go.
There you go.
That rhymes. That's a good slogan.
It does.
It's the Colts' new motto for this season.
It's my new motto.
Good lord.
Is dead as fuck this week. Yeah, the Rams might be a little. The Cowboys are just gonna run over every team.
You guys want to
In
catch up on
defense.
chat real quick?
That's what I'm doing. Edward's talking about Matt Stafford's gonna be dead this week because the Cowboys play him.
Edward said legit thought Zappy was Mac Jones. Yeah, he is like a lookalike, a stunt double of him.
I thought he was back in too. I was like, I thought he was out, and then they were like, oh, it's his third string quarterback. I was like, oh.
Jerry, it's easy to win as a backup. You're expected to lose. Jerry, you go in as a backup. How about that with your torn ACLs?
Tell that to fucking Nick Foles in the Super Bowl. Bet that
Kevin.
was real easy, huh? Taking down Tom Brady.
I really only want Daniel to join me for this reserve scabby.
Was me to go play Tarkov with it?
No.
Too bad.
How about no?
I'm gonna start playing midstream.
He's gonna play. He's like, Daniel, it's you. Huh? Sorry. Hang on. I'm getting shot at.
Jerry hates Casey. That's always been known.
Oh, hey, Jerry, did you see Daniel's team name for
We
our
all hate
fantasy?
Casey.
For fantasy? Hang on. I'm just gonna do this to show this to you.
Just show him the trophy.
I don't have the trophy.
I know.
John has the trophy
Where's John when you need him?
at
With
home,
the trophy.
not watching the stream.
Apparently.
There you go. I highlighted it for you. Look at his name. Look at his name, number 6 right there.
Hey, that team name is on the trophy, baby.
Yeah, number 6 right there. That is Daniel's team name in my league. Motherfucker.
I don't care if I ever even win again. It's cemented in me. And I beat you in the championship. First year in, baby.
Kevin, but I'm important too. Yes, you are important, Kevin, but we have a schedule every Tuesday at 7:30 we go live here, so it's our time to shine. It's Brucey's time to shine, okay?
I should have ate that popcorn. Dude, I had popcorn last night. I woke up with the shits. It was bad.
Did you burn the popcorn? What happened?
No, we had jalapenos with it, so it was
Oh, that's probably why.
smart.
Jerry's laughing. Jerry, do you like his team name? It's actually
gonna be
quite
cool.
brilliant. And it's
Jerry's
so,
team name, actually.
Jerry, I have a good job, Daniel.
Thanks,
Jerry, I have a trophy. I think I've shown it to you before. We have a fantasy trophy. He beat me in the championship one year, and his name is engraved. It says,
wasn't
I
one
hate
year. It
Casey
wasn't 1
team.
year. It was my first year in the league.
It was still 1 year. 1 year, whatever. But I'm never going to live this down because it was so bad.
No, you
But
won't.
it's
Great.
engraved. It says, I hate Casey team, Daniel
Oh,
Bowler.
and you know what? Jerry will love this. You know why he fucking lost? Because he played Jalen Hurts in the championship. Instead of Josh Allen.
Hey, Josh
Oh,
Allen. So
God.
Josh Allen earlier in the year played the Patriots, and he only
Nope,
scored 4
I don't
points.
wanna
Shut the
hear it.
fuck up, okay? Hello, what
Josh
the hell?
Allen is better quarterback.
Jerry's in the background going, man, this guy plays too much.
He said, y'all suck.
Y'all suck. This guy plays too much. That's Jerry right there.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Week 5.
Week 5.
Steven, I don't know if you've looked at week 5, but what do you think your game of the week might be?
All right, let me go back to my book real quick.
All right, Daniel, what is your game of the week?
Fucking Steven.
Wait, that's right here.
Go for it. Go for it.
Honestly, I think the Cowboys-Rams game is probably going to be the game of the week this week.
Yeah, that's why I let you go first, because I was
Yeah.
going to say it, but I'll pick it up.
That's going to be a good team, or a good defensive matchup for both teams. We'll see how good Cooper Rush really is this week against an actual Super Bowl winning defense. He has to play lights out basically. But the Cowboy defense should be able to feast again this week because that Rams offensive line has been giving up some sacks lately.
Very true.
And
They got
Matthew
torched
Stafford.
this week by the Niners.
Who's the offensive lineman from the Rams? Did he go to Tampa?
Which one?
There was a key player that left the Rams.
He retired.
He retired.
No. He signed with a different team.
Von Miller?
No.
Offensive lineman.
No.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't remember. We talked about it when we made our very first predictions video. That's why I'm fucking blank.
I don't remember.
Alex
It's been a
Kappa?
long
Was
time.
it Alex
No,
Kappa?
Kappa went to he did go to Tampa. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He's at Tampa.
Yeah. That was a fucking mistake by the Rams because Matthew Stafford's getting killed every game now.
Mm-hmm.
So
That'd
Or
be
Mike
the Colts
key.
offensive line.
Poor Mike went and pulled his hair out yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, you probably wanted to do more than that.
Everybody in the chat, let us know what your game of the week this week will be. What's your favorite, most anticipated game to look up to watch
Jerry.
this week? Jerry, I'm getting a money order for rent. Okay. Oh,
You got Walmart right now?
hell no, that's what he said. Jerry, what's your game of the week this week? Kevin, if you're still there, what's your game of the week? I don't even know if you know who's playing.
Edward, what's your game of the week?
Kevin, give me your soccer game of the week.
Who are the Eagles playing this week?
Because it's called soccer.
The Cardinals.
Oh, that's right.
Casey, what's your game of the week this week?
I actually really like the Bengals and the Ravens this week. I think that is going to be a really, really good game and sneaky good game. And I actually kind of like the Bengals to win the game. I know that the Ravens are going to be favored. Yeah, they're starting to figure things out, but the Ravens' pass defense isn't living up to expectations. So that's my reasoning behind it. But the Ravens are going to kind of be pissed about losing to the Bills. They should have beat them. They didn't. And I think it carries over to this week, their frustrations. And Joe Burrow just throws the ball all over them. Because their secondary, they're supposed to have like the best secondary in the league, but they're not looking too good right now. So
yeah.
I like the Bengals, but I think that's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a sneaky good game. Maybe not sneaky good, but pretty good.
They could see each other in the playoffs for sure.
Yeah. Jerry says Eagles versus Cardinals.
The Battle of the Birds.
Of course you pick your team. But
I picked my team.
That could be a good game too. I'm not picking my team because
you're gonna get destroyed.
Okay, I don't know about destroyed, but
I mean,
the Broncos can't score either.
Wait, pause. From what we've seen from both of those teams this year, it could be a pretty good matchup.
It's gonna end in a 0-0 tie
because the Broncos' offense has not lived up to any of our expectations, and
definitely the Colts haven't either.
Yeah.
And then the defenses are just kind of non-existent there. So, well, the Broncos isn't that bad, but Colts.
The Broncos do have a pretty good defense, though.
Oh, Jeanette said Eagles versus Cardinals. It wasn't Jerry. That threw me off
Jerry
there.
Jerry did too.
Oh, they both said Eagles versus Cardinals. And then Edward says Cowboys versus Rams. Edward, Kevin's gonna say I'm gonna say Bengals and Ravens because I like Burrow. Yeah, Burrow's pretty good. That guy is awesome.
If he stays upright.
Just because everyone loves talking about us, says Edward. And then Jerry says, "LOL, it's a good test." I mean,
I think your first real test will be next week when you play Dallas.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call that a test.
The offensive and defensive matchups.
The Cowboys haven't given them more
offense and Dallas's defense.
Yeah, Cowboys haven't given them more than 20 points a single game yet.
Yeah, but who have you played besides the Bengals?
The Bucks. And then who the fuck else do we?
The Giants.
The Giants and Commanders.
Giants offense has been playing pretty well.
The Giants are 3-1.
Yeah. Well, who do they play? Just kidding. We're not gonna get into that. But all right, you guys ready for Daniel's favorite segment of the week?
Boom or bust. Let's go.
So
about the bust.
Daniel, take it away. Explain it to the chat.
Okay, I'm gonna explain to YouTube first so I can edit easier. Let's go. I'll give you the stat line. Well, I'll give you the player, obviously. Give you the stat line. Give your take, and then finish with bust.
Wait, what?
Just keep it more orderly than we normally do because, like, we've been saying boom or bust like 7 different times in the segment. You know what I mean? So start with it, boom or bust. Give your take, and then finish with boom or bust.
Again. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For anyone that didn't just understand that, I'm gonna give the actual like topic. So it's boom or bust, fantasy football going into week 5.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know what you think in the chat. If you think these players are gonna boom or bust, I have 5 players this week. Normally we do 7, but we narrowed it down to 5 this week because 1, no Tony. 2, we wanted to just slim it down a little bit. So I'm gonna give the player. I'm gonna give their matchup this week. I'm going to give their stat line from last week, and then I'm going to ask Casey and Steven if they think that they will boom or bust going into week 5 for fantasy football. Remember, we are a standard non-PPR fantasy football league, so just keep that in mind for those fantasy footballers out there. All right, ready?
Ready.
Go.
Ready, Freddy.
First player on the docket for this week is Mr. Geno Smith of the New York Jets. Geno Smith has been playing pretty well the first couple of games this season. A lot better than most people were probably expecting. A lot better than I was expecting for sure. Last week, he threw 23 for 30. He had 320 passing yards, 2 touchdowns on 76.7% completion percentage. His quarterback rating was a 132.6. He had a great ass game. This week, though, he is playing the Dolphins. They are playing in New York, though. He is QB 16 as of right now in non-PPR leagues. Casey, we're bust for Geno Smith in week
I have
5.
one question real quick.
Go ahead.
Doesn't Geno Smith play for the Seahawks?
I was
Yo,
about to say the same thing.
Back up. Holy shit.
I was like, New York?
I was like Jets. I was like,
Huh?
Did I really just do that?
You did.
I'm living in like 2 years ago. Why did you guys stop me?
Because you said, you know what? I don't know. I don't know why we didn't stop.
All right, well, we're going to cut that. Holy shit.
The chat is tearing
You
you,
know
up.
what? I didn't
Babe.
sleep.
Boom.
Oh, wow.
I was like,
Well,
what?
That'll get cut into the blooper reel. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and skip that one for this week. We got 4 players.
Did you have Geno Smith as a Jet?
Yeah, dude. What the fuck?
I was like, isn't he playing the Saints this week with the Seahawks?
So just to answer your
Holy
question,
shit.
bust. As long as DK Metcalf doesn't have to take a shit, he'll be fine.
Oh god. Oh my god,
That
that was
was-
funny too. Oh, crying.
Edward says no edits.
Brian, this was
Wow.
great.
I was
Look,
like,
it was a very long weekend.
huh?
Okay, I'm pretty tired.
Damn, it was so long it sent him 2 years in the past.
Holy shit.
All right, next
Just
player.
Get me off this. I'm going to leave.
Next player.
All right, next player.
Ba-dum.
Wow. Hopefully I get the teams right on this. Jesus Christ.
Edward, you're wrong. He's
Sorry,
a
guys.
bust.
Cool. So next player, it's going to be Joe Mixon for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Correct.
He does play for the Bengals. That is correct.
Oh, God bless. Casey's game of the week. Cincinnati
Okay.
is traveling into Baltimore this week to take on the Ravens. Last week, Joe Mixon had 24 rushing attempts for 61 yards and a touchdown. He also had 4 receptions for 13 yards. He is ranked running back 10 in Standard League. Let's try this again. Casey, Joe Mixon, boomer bust.
Joe Mixon's been pretty good this year. He is playing a tough
Tigers.
Ravens run defense. I think they're only averaging about 100 yards a game given up. And they've only given up 4 touchdowns. And their longest run they've given up is 28 yards. But I like the Bengals this week. Joe Mixon can catch the ball and run it. He can get the ball handed off to him and run it. So I like Joe Mixon. I think he finds the end zone this week. I'm going to say boom for fantasy purposes.
Perfect. Steven?
I'm actually gonna say bust, just because that offensive line for Cincinnati still is a little questionable. Yes, he's a great running back, but Baltimore's defense is pretty good. I mean, they did pretty well against Buffalo. I mean, except for the second half. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm having a cough attack. He should get some solid points, but I don't think he'll do much damage. So I'm gonna say bust.
Okay, so we're split thus far. We don't have Tony this week, so I am going to participate and take one side or the other. I think I'm going to go with Steven here and take bust. Reason being is, Casey, you described it earlier already, that Baltimore's pass defense is not too great. I think they're going to rely on that for Cincinnati. I think Joe Burrow's going to go nuts and find his receivers a lot more than Joe Mixon will find holes in the offensive and defensive line. His stat line wasn't too bad last week. It could have been a lot better, but going into this week, I'm trusting in Cincinnati's passing game a lot more, so I'm going to take bust with Steven.
So we're bust on Joe Mixon.
Bust.
All
Got
right.
your next player.
I'm
up?
all worried now, like for all of these picks, because that was one of the biggest brain farts I've ever had in my life, ever.
It's okay.
Huh?
It's okay. It's okay. You had that brain fart. I'm coughing like crazy. It's okay. Casey's
happens,
called
folks.
sucks. It's okay.
It happens. We are not professionals. Oh God! All right. Next player we have going into week 5 is one of our repeat players from one of our recent Boomer Bust segments, but he's got a good matchup this week, so I picked him again. It is Christian McCaffrey for the Carolina Panthers. The San Francisco 49ers will travel into Carolina this week. They have a very stout defense still. They only allowed 9 points to the Rams last week. And so far, Chris McCaffrey is expected to play after his quote-unquote injury, his first one of the year. You know, nobody's surprised with that. But he is expected to play as of right now. He's running back 6 in standard leagues. Last week, he had 8 attempts for 27 yards. He did have 9 receptions for 81 yards, though, and a touchdown. So he picked up most of his fantasy points from the receiving game last week. But much tougher 49ers defense this week. Steven, we'll start with you on this one. Boom or bust for Christian McCaffrey in week 5.
Christian McCaffrey, he's such a question mark for me, but I don't know that San Francisco defense. I'm gonna say bust just because the defense for San Francisco played lights out last week, and they're playing a less talented Panthers team, I think. Don't get me wrong, Christian McCaffrey's a great player. He's very utilized both ways, running and passing, but I think San Francisco's just too good to keep that offense at bay. So I'm gonna say bust.
All right, very well said, Casey.
I think that San Francisco has the number 1 run defense, by the way, in fantasy right now. They're giving up 73 yards a game rushing. So for rushing purposes, it's a bust for sure. But he can catch the ball and run. And I hate that passing yard, like they can throw the ball like behind the line, the running back just take off, and that counts as freaking pass. Like I hate that so much in fantasy. Like you guys have no idea how much that frustrates me. But I'm gonna say bust overall, but he could boom. But I don't think he's going to. San Francisco's defense is just too good. They just shut down the Rams this week, so I'm gonna say bust.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you guys wholeheartedly with this. The weird thing is Christian McCaffrey's that guy that just could explode. You know, like he could just go completely ape shit and run all over the team. But if you're taking a safe pick in this, you take the Niners defense because Carolina's offense has not proved a lot. But I mean, all they can really do at this point is run the ball. So that's the only like argument that I could have for him. But I'm going to take bust with you guys for this because the 49ers defense has proved themselves proved themselves to be a very stout defense thus far already. Like you said, number 1 defense in the league as of right now. So yeah, we'll be in full agreement there for Christian McCaffrey for a bust in week 5.
I do want to shout out to Mitch who said go team in the chat. Mitch, thanks for jumping in, man. Appreciate it.
What up, Mitch?
Mitch is well, you've met Mitch, right?
Mitch's favorite team is nobody. So
because he says go
So
team.
he's a Cowboys fan.
Go
Edward, CMC will never see proper utilization with Baker under center. And Jerry says LOL.
All right, guys. We are moving through this pretty quickly. We only have 2 more players to get through. Like I said, we only have 5 this week. Keep it nice, short, and sweet. You guys can expand a little bit more, hopefully, on this one. I will, too. Next player we're moving into the wide receiver position. It is going to be part of Steven and I's game of the week in our Dallas Cowboys and Los Angeles Rams. It's Mr. Cooper Kupp, the leading wide receiver for the LA Rams. Last week, he was pretty much the only production that the Rams had. He had 14 receptions on 19 targets for 122 yards. He did not see the end zone, and he didn't have any kind of weird reverse rushing plays. They're not traveling. They're in LA. Dallas will travel into LA this week to take on the Rams. Dallas's defense, however, has been crazy good. Well, the whole defense has pretty much started rounding out and being a consistent unit altogether. You got Trayvon Diggs catching interceptions again, and then the defensive line has just been lights out. So, Casey, you can go ahead and start for Mr. Cooper Kupp in week 5, boom or bust.
Here's some of the crazy stats about last night with Cooper Kupp. You said he had 14 receptions, 19 targets, and 122 yards. Is that what you said?
And no touchdowns.
No touchdowns. He had 122 yards and no touchdowns. 19 targets. Matthew Stafford doesn't know how to throw to anybody else but Cooper Kupp on that team. It's Cooper Kupp and tight end Higbee on that team. I have Allen Robinson on my fantasy team, and he has not done shit this year besides one game. He had 2 targets last night. And you know how much it frustrated me on some of my fantasy teams? Completely frustrated me. I think San Francisco's defense is better than the Cowboys' defense. No offense to you guys, but they're just really good. I think Cooper Kupp's going to boom again. I think he finds the end zone this coming week against the Cowboys because he's the only person that's getting thrown to on the Rams. And it still pisses me off. So, boom, Cooper Kupp.
Steven?
Yeah, I mean, Cooper Kupp, I mean, even without scoring touchdown, I mean, he can still put up crazy fantasy numbers just because he's that good. I mean, he can torch any defense, honestly. San Francisco, he did pretty well against them. Obviously, he didn't score a touchdown. But Dallas's defense, not as good as San Francisco's, but they're still good. They'll give him trouble, but I still think he's going to boom. So I'm going to say boom for Cooper Kupp. It's going to be fun to watch, though.
Yeah. Double boomers for Cooper Kupp. My opinion is now irrelevant. Thanks, guys. No, but it's going to be an interesting matchup to see him. He'll be lined up with Trayvon Diggs for the entire game, I'm sure. So it'll be a good one-on-one matchup. I'm sure that Trayvon will get some help here and there from the safeties and whatnot because Cooper Kupp is that good. And Casey, I agree with you too with him being the only damn target. I don't get it. Like, I think the Rams are much better than they have been showing. And I think a lot of it comes from Matthew Stafford not throwing the ball across the field. That and, their run offense is kind of non-existent. So I won my fantasy week this week because Cam Akers had 1.3 points.
Oh, my God.
So shout out to that. But yeah, we'll go ahead and take boom for Mr. Cooper Kupp going into week 5 against the Cowboys.
Trayvon Diggs might want to get some marshmallows and some chocolate out there because he might get torched. So
that's the thing with Trayvon though. He's a risk taker. He'll either pick it off or he's gonna go. He's gonna get scored on. So
he's improved a lot this year. But he's still against a really, really good wide receiver this week. It's gonna be interesting to see how much he's grown this year.
Yeah,
you guys should read Kevin's comment.
I don't know that. There was no emotion in that.
Kevin said, I don't know that it frustrates you enough, Casey. There was no emotion in that.
Talking about Allen Robinson?
Yeah. Dude, it pisses me off, man. Pisses me off. I drafted him in like the 3rd round this year, and like, it's the 2nd year in a row I make a mistake of drafting. You know what? Go ahead, Daniel.
You had him last year too, huh? Or you had Robert Woods last year, huh? That's what it was.
I had both of them last year.
Oh, fuck. Some people just never learn. All right, guys. So we'll go ahead and boom for Cooper Kupp. And let's go ahead and finish it off here with, make sure this matchup is correct.
Finish him.
Yes. Okay. Last player we have, guys, are sticking to the wide receiver position. Wide receiver number 29 in standard league format, Mr. Brandon Cooks of the Houston Texans. Houston will be traveling into Jacksonville this week and taking on the Jaguars, who have proved themselves very well, and nobody has expected that this far. Who the fuck are the Jaguars? Almost came back on the Eagles last week, so Last week, though, Brandon Cooks was 7 for 7. He had 57 receiving yards, and he saw the end zone once. That's his entire stat line for last week. Not too impressive, but still a good stat line nonetheless. No drops at all. I mean, he saw the end zone. That's good enough for me in a wide receiver for fantasy. So, Casey, you can go ahead and go first on Brandon Cooks for week 5, boom or bust.
So Brandon Cooks is a big reason why I beat Sharif this week. I had Brandon Cooks on my fantasy team, and he came in clutch for me. I wouldn't say clutch, but he scored enough points for me to win. You said last week he had 7 receptions for 57 yards and a touchdown.
Yes.
I think that's what it was. My thing with Brandon Cooks is he gets a lot of volume. So in his first 2 games, he had 12. He had 12 targets, 12 targets and 10 targets in the first 2 games. Last 2 games, he's had 7. As long as he gets the targets, his ceiling's really high. So I'm gonna say boom. I know he's playing a tough Jaguars defense, but he is on my fantasy team. That's not why I'm picking him, but I think the Texans and Jaguars division matchup, division rivalry, Brandon Cooks can get some points and maybe even find the end zone this week. So boom.
Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Steven?
Yeah, I was gonna say boom too because Houston's not afraid to throw the ball, especially with Davis Mills. I mean, he's been doing pretty well. Granted, he's on a pretty sucky Houston Texans team, but he's doing pretty well. He's improving game by game, um, and he's targeting him a lot. Sorry, my cough attack just like completely messed me up. I lost my train of thought now.
Brandon Cooks. Davis
Brandon
Mills.
Cooks, yes. So I said boom because, like I said, Davis Mills isn't afraid to throw the ball. He's played a division rival, Jacksonville. Yes, they've been proven good this year, but we still don't really know who they are, honestly, offensively and defensively. So I'm just gonna say boom. I think it's a safe pick to say boom. He should be able to get a touchdown, get some nice points, 15, 16 points for fantasy owners. So I'm gonna say boom.
Alrighty. Well, yet again, my opinion is irrelevant, but I'm gonna go ahead and speak on it anyway, because I do. Brandon Cooks and the Houston Texans are a strange thing to pick. You know, you just never know with Houston. You never know if they're gonna play to the caliber of an NFL football team or if they're gonna play like they're just god awful trash. Somehow they managed to tie the Colts in week 1. Casey will probably never live that down because he was there. Just had to throw that in there for you.
I'm a Colts fan. I'll never live it down.
But no, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and take Brandon Cooks to boom with you guys. Like you said, Casey, with the volume, he's a great receiver, and obviously from last week, he was 7 for 7. He doesn't drop a lot of passes. If they're there, he's gonna catch them, and he's gonna make plays, and he's gonna find ways to make it work. And Jacksonville, their defense is decent-ish, but you know, Steven, you even said too that we were kind of unsure on it. So I'm kind of with you guys in that, and we'll go ahead and take the triple boom for Mr. Brandon Cooks.
I thought I was gonna be the only one that said boom for him, but you both said boom.
You guys made a lot of good points in it, and I agree with it wholeheartedly.
Edward says boom too, just so you know.
Oh, hi Edward. Edward says boom. Hell yeah, brother. But yeah, that's gonna go ahead and conclude our very short boomer bust this week. I'm sorry guys for that massive brain fart at the beginning of that. I don't know why. I just Geno Smith and I make the Jets for some reason. So
Daniel's living 2 years in the past.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what's going on. I need to sleep or something because that was absurd.
It's like Mark Sanchez. He played with the Cowboys, but yet we'll always remember him as a Jet.
Everything was good there except the team that he was on. Like the stat line was still the same, and the ranking where he's at is just, you know, it happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna go ahead and do it for Boomer Bust for week 4 for us going into week 5.
I think Edward has a good one.
Oh, Edward's got one more. Brady, Boomer Bust against Giselle.
I'm gonna say bust. There's no way he wins that battle.
Oh man. Bust. Too soon? Is that too soon?
It's funny.
Fucking Edward.
All right,
that's crazy.
Let's move on to our longest segment because we're going over every game for this coming week.
Oh yeah, still no bye weeks.
Still no bye weeks.
Next week will be the first week with bye weeks.
Game predictions for week 5. And you guys can let us know what you think about all these game predictions and everything. But the very first game that is coming up here on Thursday night, my Indianapolis Colts roll into Denver, and they are taking on the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are favored by 3.5, as they should be. My Colts are trash. The over-under is 43. I really like the under in that game because both teams can't score points. So both teams' defenses aren't terrible. Just their offenses can't move the ball, apparently. Broncos did get a win last week against the Raiders. They also lost Javonte Williams with a ACL tear for the season. That really sucks. I was going to say to pick up Boone this week in my waiver wire pickups, but the Broncos decided to sign Latavius Murray yesterday.
Oh.
So Latavius Murray is now a Bronco. He did play in London last week for the Saints.
In London,
I believe. So, anyway, I can't pick the Colts. I like the Broncos at home. The Broncos are going to win at home.
Faith.
I like the Broncos to cover the 3.5. Like I said, fire Frank, start the tank. Let's go. Let's go. We need a quarterback. We need wide receivers. Ballard needs to go too. That guy can't. I mean, his drafts have been terrible, and I just don't know. But the Colts have not been good. They shouldn't have lost to the Titans. They didn't let them score in the second half, but they let them score 24 in the first half. You can't play from behind all year, which is pretty much what we've been doing, except the Chiefs game this year. Chiefs game, they played a great game. The whole game was a great game plan by the Colts. That's why we beat them. The rest of the games, I don't know what the fuck we're doing. So there's that. But under 43, Broncos cover, Broncos win. I'm not even going to give a score because we suck.
Go ahead, Steven.
So the Colts, I mean, yeah, your Colts, man, I don't even know how to say it without being.
Here's the thing. We'll probably win the fucking game because,
That's
like
what
I
was gonna
said,
say.
the Colts win
Apparently-
games they're supposed to lose, and they lose games they're supposed to win. I don't
Apparently-
fucking get it.
Apparently, you just can't win division games. You're 0-3 2-1 this year.
Yeah, stop saying we're 0-3 against the division.
You're
We're not 0-3.
basically 0-3. You're 0-3.
We're 0-2-1 against the division, okay?
0-3.
It's against
Yeah.
the Texans. They're
Yeah.
0-3.
You know what? Keep going.
And like you said, like the Colts are supposed to lose games that they're supposed to win, and they win games they're supposed to lose. This game's a little different though. I don't think either team can really win this game, honestly.
Are we gonna
Like a
tie?
0-0.
That's what I said earlier. I was like 0-0. No, I
Uh,
don't think so. But I have to agree with the under with that. Both teams can't score, and both teams' defenses are pretty good. So I mean, I don't know if that ball's going to move past the 50 at all this game.
Past the
Jesus Christ.
It'll be like the game when Casey, you said the Colts, was it the Colts and Texans when the Texans crossed the 50-yard
Yeah,
line and everybody went nuts?
Last year,
John and the whole stadium went nuts like they won the Super Bowl. It was great.
all 20 of them.
Back when the
All
Colts had an
20.
offense, we were up 33-0 at that point.
Yeah, Jesus. But yeah, I mean, and you said earlier, I mean, Jonathan Taylor's not even practicing right now, so that's.
I don't
that's a
think
little
he's playing
scary.
this week.
So
I
that's a
wouldn't.
little scary. I mean, you still have a good backup.
You got Naheem Hines. He's fine.
He's a good running back. But I have to go with the Broncos. I'm gonna say that Indy covers though. It's gonna be a close game. Probably less. It'll probably be a field goal game or less. But I'm gonna go with the Broncos.
I'm Tonying right now. I don't know, man. I'm going to have faith in your team, Casey. I'm going to take the Colts. Just because I have less faith in Denver. Denver just hasn't shown me anything this year, and with the expectations that they had with Russell Wilson coming in and all the Broncos country, let's ride bullshit, like
Country.
it's falling apart, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. And I like the Colts. I like the Colts in it. Naheem Hines is perfectly fine to step in and be the RB1 this week and take over for Jonathan Taylor. Matt Ryan needs to figure out how to throw the fucking ball again for some, like, I don't understand. He left Atlanta, and I guess like the temperature change or the altitude change.
Our offensive
like,
line can't fucking block. He keeps getting hit.
You have
That's
the
the
most
problem.
expensive offensive line in the
I
league.
know. That's what pisses me off about this.
I don't
Like,
get
oh
it.
my God.
It's a mess. It's a lot of figuring out that needs to be done because you guys have the talent. It's just not being utilized, and it's weird, and it doesn't make any sense. It might be the coaching. You might be on the right track with needing to fire everybody. But I'm going to say fuck it, and I'm going to take the Colts anyway because you guys picked the Broncos. Give me the Colts.
Here's the other thing. We're the fucking Vikings this year. We look great on paper, but we fucking suck. Like, I don't understand what's going on here. Also, I'm 0-2-1 when picking the Colts. When I don't pick them, they're 1-0. So go
Logic.
Broncos, I
You're
guess.
just
I
not
don't
gonna
know.
pick them anymore.
Yeah, the rest of the season.
Ye of little faith.
All right.
Goes 14-2-1.
Yeah.
Edward, Broncos country, let's ride. Jerry says Broncos suspect.
Which they are.
What is Taylor ranked nowadays? What do you mean? What is he ranked? He's still,
Probably in
top
rankings.
10
He's
backs.
number 6,
Yeah.
I think, in standard format.
and that's with missing almost half the game last week. And then Jerry says Colts. So there we go. All right. Let's move on to happier games for me.
Are they though?
Casey started ranting there for a second.
Yeah, dude, I was gonna go off, but you know what? Fuck it, I don't even give a shit.
Let's go.
All right. Dolphins going into New York to take on the New York Jets.
The non-Geno Smith New York Jets.
The non-Geno Smith New York Jets, according to Daniel. Daniel was 2 years in the past. Dear God. Miami is favored by 3 in this game. The over-under is 44, which I don't hate either one of them. The Dolphins will be starting Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback because, as we said earlier, Tua is hurt. Tua should have not played the last game, as Daniel said last week. Daniel's not even here. There he is. All right.
Sorry, I was blowing my nose.
But they're going to be dueling Zach Milfin Wilson, who has given the Jets an improved offense boost. The Jets look good this year. They don't look bad at all. But the Jets' issues will be the secondary trying to handle Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. And the running game against a great Miami offensive line.
Yep.
I like the Dolphins in this game. I know the game's in New York, but really home field advantage doesn't really mean much in the NFL, I don't think. I'd take the Dolphins to cover, and I'll give the over in the points. Over 44, I think both teams will put up some points. But Dolphins win, Dolphins cover, over 44.
Yeah. I mean, Tua being hurt is definitely a big blow for the Dolphins. But Teddy Bridgewater has proven himself to be a pretty solid quarterback, and he definitely has the weapons to compete this year, even if Tua is out for, let's say, the whole season. I mean, the Dolphins could still be scary with Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, he took the Broncos. He did pretty well with the Broncos last year. He definitely torched the Cowboys last year.
That was fun.
In Dallas.
Dallas, yeah. But the Jets, they're not a cakewalk this year. They're definitely better. They have come behind and they beat a good Steelers team. A good Steelers defense. That offense is terrible. Sorry, Tony. But the Dolphins will score a lot of points. I don't think the Jets can keep up, even with Zach Wilson. So I'm going to take Miami covering the 3, and I'm going to say over because I think the Dolphins can score at least 35 points this week. That's my take.
Yeah, there's there shouldn't be any question for anybody in this game, unless you're a Jets fan, maybe. But the Dolphins have 10 times more talent than the Jets do. So, I'm surprised this game is this close with the spread right now.
It's
been right now.
It's a backup quarterback still. That's why.
Yeah, but Teddy Bridgewater is not really a backup quarterback, if you're asking me. Teddy Bridgewater is a good-ass quarterback. He's mobile. He can throw. Teddy Two Gloves is perfectly fine with me. So I'm going to take the Dolphins. I think I'm going blowout of the week here for this game because I don't know. The Dolphins have way too many weapons on offense. I think they're going to score a lot on this Jets team. I'm trying to think up a score here. Definitely going to take the over. Definitely taking the Dolphins to cover 3 points. I think I'm going to say maybe I want to say 41-17. Yeah, 41-17 Dolphins.
That is a blowout.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm taking that.
That's a big blowout in the NFL.
I think it's just going to be a massacre.
To the chat, Edward, Teddy Two Gloves taking this one.
Josh Benninger has entered the chat.
Josh has entered the chat. Here we go. We
The
haven't talked about your
entertainment.
Cowboys too much yet, but we already shit on my Colts, so you go ahead if you want to. Yeah, not happy about it. We'll jump into the next game here. Tony's Pittsburgh Steelers are heading into Buffalo, and this is my blowout of the week. Buffalo is favored by 14 in this game.
Yeah, that's a big.
I think that's the biggest spread we've had all year. I like the Bills to cover that 14. The Steelers do not look really good. I don't think Kenny Pickett's ready for what he's about to face down in Buffalo, but they're turning to Kenny Pickett for his first NFL start over the former Bills backup, Mitchell Trubisky. Look for Pickett to be competitive with his moxie and fearless passing against a banged-up secondary, but the Bills will grind away at the Steelers, and they'll lean on the running attack first, and then Josh Allen will find the passing game later. The over-under in this game is 47.
Sorry.
Tony or fucking
Josh.
Josh is going off in the chat. He started roasting the Colts. Just keep going. Keep going.
Yeah,
keep going.
this makes editing really hard, just so you know.
I know that's why I said
Sorry.
keep going.
I was on a rant there. I like the Bills to just destroy the Steelers. I think it's going to be the blowout of the week. I like the Bills. Minus 14, I would take it. I'd probably take the under 47, though. I don't think that 47 points will be scored because I think the Steelers will get stopped a lot. I don't think they're going to score a lot of points. So, yeah, Bills win.
Yeah, I have to agree with Casey. Bills are going to pretty much probably destroy the Steelers. It shouldn't be too bad. 14 points is a lot. And the Steelers do have a good defense. But Josh Allen and that Bills offense against the Steelers offense with a new rookie quarterback against that Bills defense. He threw 3 picks last week. He might throw for 3 picks again this week. Growing pains, man. Tony's team's going to have to get some growing pains, but Buffalo should easily win this game. I don't think they'll cover 14, honestly. I'll still say the Steelers cover, and I'll say the under for that too, as CapCap brings me a toy.
Yeah. I'm taking 2 blowouts of the week, actually, now that we get to this game. I didn't even realize.
No, you can only have one.
Nah, well, we're taking 2. If I had to take one, it would be this one. I didn't even realize that this was happening. You going into a game as 14-point favors in the NFL, it's just insane.
That's disrespectful to the other team.
It kind of is. Last week, the Packers went in as 10-point spread to the Patriots.
New England, yeah.
That game went into overtime. This is not Green Bay and New England, though. Bills are arguably, in most of our opinions, definitely all of ours on the stream, the best team in the AFC. Compete with the Chiefs, maybe, but the Steelers, on the other hand, might be one of the worst teams in the AFC. You have no TJ Watt still with his torn pectoral. I don't know how much longer he'll be out. Probably a good couple more weeks for sure, but he's definitely not playing in this game, so that already devastates their defense and their abilities to get to the quarterback in Josh Allen. It's already difficult enough to get to him because he's so mobile, and I don't get it because he's huge. Casey, did you pick a score for this game? No, right?
No, I just think they're going to lose by a lot.
I think I might take the over on this because I think Buffalo might score over 40 points. I think I'm going to go with like 45 to 14. That big of a blowout. I think that Buffalo's going to just stomp on the Steelers, and Mitchell Trubisky might end up back in the game, honestly, if it gets that out of hand. Because Kenny Pickett did not prove himself very well in his first outing. He threw 3 interceptions. One of them was not his fault. I will give him that. But yeah, it's going to be very rough for the Steelers this week, I feel like. And they're going to have everything go right for them to even compete in this game. So double blowout of the week. Buffalo, huge for Pittsburgh.
Jerry's taking the Steelers.
Jerry says Steelers. He also says Dolphins.
If you're going to take that, they're plus 650 straight up. So
are they?
If you actually have faith in that.
They are.
Jerry, you bet $100 to win 650.
All right. Anybody
That's
else in
crazy.
the chat?
I think so.
That's
Sorry,
your
Tony.
blowout. Are the Colts on a bye?
That's why we started laughing.
That's why we
I
were
was trying
laughing.
to hold it in, but then
And we were
Steven
trying.
started fucking
Giggling.
yeah, just kind of lost it.
Paying for a Najee Harris pickup in one of my leagues. Yeah, I told you guys not to pick him up. Bills by 1,000. 10,000. Holy shit. All right. Next game here goes to the AFC South. The Texans are visiting the Jaguars. The Jaguars are 7-point favorites over the Texans. The over-under is 44.5. Houston got a little better play from Davis Mills at home against an injury-riddled Chargers defense, but they got gashed against Austin Eckler. He went off against the Texans last week. Yeah. The Jaguars front 7 will wreak havoc on the road. The Jaguars front 7 will wreak havoc on the Texans. The Texans, I think, are, you know what? This might be a week of blowouts because I don't see the Texans keeping up with the Jaguars in this game. The Jaguars are good, man. Like it's weird to say, but they're a good team. They're a good team. They kept up with the Eagles for a while, and then the Eagles finally passed them and blew away. But I like the Jags in this game. I might even take the 7 on the Jags in this game. The over-under is 44.5. I probably take the under there if I had to bet it, but I don't think I'm going to. But Jags minus 7. Jags win the game. Jags cover.
Steven.
Good talk, Steven.
Sorry, I thought you said the Jags were a 4 instead of 7, so that completely threw me off. I was like, dang, that's kind of low against the Texans.
Yeah, no, it's 7.
I was gonna say the same thing you were gonna say. I was like, this might be like 3 blowouts in a row, man. That's Jacksonville's. I mean, they're good. Texans, they're not good. So Jacksonville plus or -7, I'll definitely cover for Jacksonville. 44.5 points though. Jacksonville can definitely score points. I don't think the Texans can. Maybe not even 17 points. Oh God, I'll pick the under for that just because I just don't believe in the Texans being able to pull points to help Jacksonville cover that. So, but Jaguars should easily win this. They've been winning games easily this year. They beat your Colts pretty convincingly. I forgot what other team they beat.
The Chargers.
Oh yeah, they beat the Chargers convincingly too, and they put up a good fight against the Eagles last week. So Jacksonville, I'm taking them.
There's part of me that wants to say that Houston can keep up in this game, but there's a bigger part of me that knows that they can't. And the convincing point right there was Steven and saying and like reminding me that they did demolish the Colts. And they fucking took it to the Chargers in LA. Like that doesn't just happen back-to-back weeks and then keep up with the Eagles. The Jags should have won that game. There were a lot of miscues that cost them that game against Philly. But you have the Philly home crowd and, you know, I mean, everything matters in the NFL, every little detail. So yeah, I think it's going to kind of get out of hand for Houston again. It's in Jacksonville. You have the home crowd behind you. Casey, like you said, the front seven is going to take it to Houston. Davis Mills is going to get fucking shit on. And their running game doesn't really exist either. So, like, what are you going to do? Yeah. So I'm going to take Jacksonville to cover that 7. I'm going to take the under with you guys because I don't think it'll be a ton of scoring for Houston. But that's kind of a tricky one because Houston could have a good, not a good amount of points, but a decent, like Jacksonville could go for like 31 and then, you know, Houston only has to go for like 13 at that point. So,
I don't think they can.
But I'll go for the under with you guys on that too and agree that Jacksonville might blow out Houston this week.
Let's go to the chat real quick. Josh Bittinger, Tony is going to feel the rest of the season how I get after week 1. Don't know what that means, Josh, but that sounds weird. Edward, now I think the Texans put up a fight. Jags winning, though. You sounded like Hulk Hogan, LMAO. Who sounded like Hulk Hogan? Daniel? Brother.
Josh, I think Josh is referring to how Josh felt after week 1 with the Cowboys.
Oh, I think Josh's stream is like 8 minutes behind or something like that. He is in Japan, so.
Yeah, that'll do it.
What you gonna do, brother?
All right, Josh, I'll read your reply after we're done with this game. Chargers going into Cleveland this weekend as 3-point favorites. The over-under is 47.5 in this game. I think this could be a really good game. The Chargers have a bit of a trap game here, given their defense has become a lot more vulnerable against the run. But the number is already pretty small in their favor. I think Nick Chubb can go off in this game.
Mm-hmm.
But the Browns defense can't stop much without Myles Garrett setting up tone up front. While the Chargers can still frustrate Jacoby Brissett without Joey Bosa. I think Los Angeles will make sure to put Cleveland in a negative game script to erase any chance of a road stumble. I think that the Chargers, my mic headset's going crazy here. Hang on. I think the Chargers win not in a rout, but I think it's a close game. I think they win somewhere around like 24-20 or something like that. And they cover the 3, which if it's 24-20, that puts them at 44 points. I put them under the 47.5. So give me the Chargers on the road in Cleveland. They cover, take the under.
Yeah, the Browns are they're streaky. I mean, they lost to the Falcons last week, but then they can win against everybody else. I mean, and then lose to the Jets. I mean, you just don't know with the Browns. The Chargers, at least, you know who the Chargers are. So with that goes through, yes, but Justin Herbert still has that rib issue. But I think he'll still play well. I don't think. Have they said anything about Myles Garrett this week? I'm assuming not yet.
Yeah, he's in a car crash. I don't think he's going to play.
Jesus Christ, when did that happen?
Last week.
Like last week. That's why he didn't play last week.
A a week ago last week.
His car
Or,
rolled.
The memo there. Sorry,
yeah,
I'm
we could
living
go
2 years
yesterday.
ago. Remember?
He's catching up, okay? The Cowboys don't beat the 49ers the year after that, Daniel. Don't worry. But going back to the Chargers Browns, I don't believe it. I just don't believe in the Browns, honestly. The Chargers should win this game. It's going to be a close game, like Casey said. 3 points. I think the Chargers can win by a field goal. I'm also going to say it was going to be 27-24. So I'll take the under. That's less than
47 and a half.
No, that's over. Sorry.
That puts you at
Can't,
51.
can't do math. Can't do math today. I'll take the over.
Boy. Guys, should I do it?
Is this your upset of the week?
Should I take the Brands?
Brands.
Should I do it?
Brands.
The thing with me is I don't know about the Chargers. I'm not convinced. They lost 38-10 in LA to the Jaguars.
Then what if the Jaguars are good?
team.
What if they're good, though?
The Jaguars are a good team.
Mm-hmm.
They're not that good, though.
How do you know?
They're not.
Played 4 games.
After watching them play Philly, they're not. They're good, but they're middle of the pack still. I'm going to take Cleveland.
Okay.
Fuck it. I'm going to take Cleveland at home. I think Nick Chubb goes off, and I think Jacoby Brissett finds Amari Cooper. I miss him with all my heart. That was the dumbest fucking thing Dallas has ever done. I'm going to take the Browns.
I hope he finds
That
Amari
obviously
Cooper.
covers the 3. And I'll go for the over with Steven. Over 47.5. Taking the Browns at home. I'm scared to do it, but I'm doing it anyway. Fuck it. Go Browns.
I hope Amari Cooper goes off. I haven't won the fantasy team.
Mark Cooper hasn't done shit this year either.
He did last week.
Last week. He hadn't done shit before that last
He
week.
didn't do
Yeah.
this week he didn't do shit.
I do know that for sure. All
One
right.
time I benched him, he did well, and then I put him back on my team, and he gets 20 yards.
That's fantasy football for you, man.
I know.
Edward said put a bet on that in DraftKings right now.
We can't. We live in Texas.
No, you can do that, though. It's weird. Betting's weird in
Oh.
Texas. All right, to the chat.
You can't do FanDuel, right?
Josh, it's super far behind. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Edward, Chargers. Kevin, Chargers. Kevin says do it, and he did. He picked the Browns. Edward, put on a bet. DraftKings. Well, you're skipping a lot of fucking comments, Steven.
You said that.
I said that.
Oh, Daniel said that.
Oh, wait,
I
stop
was like,
skipping
that's
everybody else. Everybody else got to turn in there too.
Sorry. I saw
Oh
my
wait,
name, I got
hang on.
excited.
You gotta do the Hulk Hogan thing for Edward.
What am I doing?
What you gonna do, brother?
He already did that.
Huh?
What
I'm
you
supposed
gonna
to say what you gonna
Yeah.
do, brother? Like Hulk Hogan?
Yeah.
Oh God, you're gonna put me on the spot like that?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. What you gonna do, brother, when the line runs on you? Or runs wild on you. Fuck, I
God
fucked it up.
bless.
Right, now you gotta do it.
No, I did the hell yeah. You got it. We're good.
Oh, fuck.
And then Kevin says, "Are you sure it was the dumbest thing they've done?" In the Cowboys trading Amari Cooper, it was pretty dumb. Let's give up a first-round draft pick just to get rid of him for nothing.
True.
Why? I'm still upset about it.
Okay. Next game here, I think could be the game of the week. Sunday Night Football, the Ravens, and the Bengals. The Bengals are going into Baltimore. The Ravens are favored by 3. The over-under in this game is 48.5. The Ravens' pass defense is not living up to expectations. They should have a really good pass defense, and it's not true. They still need to create pressure with their blitzing, and their cornerbacks are very, very disappointing. I think the Bengals' passing game is back to starting really hot, and they have 3 really good receivers that they can use in Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase. I think they can torch the Ravens secondary in this game. But Lamar Jackson will also have a game too, as he's a dual threat quarterback. It's going to be good. It's going to be cool to watch Lamar Jackson against Joe Burrow in these games. I know we're going to see it a lot over the years, but both these quarterbacks can move. Lamar Jackson can go over 100 yards rushing and 100 yards passing again in this game if he can play pretty well. I like the upset in Baltimore. I like the Bengals in this game. I think the Bengals are, like you said, Daniel, they're figuring stuff out. I like the Bengals +3 because I think it's going to be a close game. And I like the over in the points. It's 48.5. I think both teams are going to put up some points. This could be like a grudge match between the offenses, going back and forth and scoring, and whoever has the ball last might win the game. So I like the Bengals. Take them +3, over 48.5. Bengals win the game.
Yeah, this game is my one game that I can't decide a winner, honestly. I do think it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be very similar to that Seahawks-Lions game that was last week. I don't know if they'll score that many points, because I do think these two teams do have decent defenses that can stop them at some point. Goodness gracious. The Ravens are at home. They're going to be very mad about how they lost last week. But the Bengals are doing really well now. They found the rhythm. They're protecting Joe Burrow. It's important. Screw it. I'm going to go for the upset too. Bengals.
Fuck yeah. Let's go.
Screw it. I think the Bengals will find their stride. They'll get back to playoff hopeful. I don't think they're leading the division right now.
I think they are actually. Who else is in the Bengals division?
2-2. The Browns are 2-2.
The Steelers are not.
The Steelers are 1-3, and the Ravens are 2-2.
I think the Bengals are technically in first, but that division's kind of in shambles right now, trying to figure shit out.
So the Bengals will take control of this division this game.
Yeah, I think that's the decider this week.
So I'll take the over on points, though. Definitely, it should be a good shootout kind of game, but Bengals should win.
Well, guys, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Like I've been saying it since Cincinnati lost to Dallas. Fun fact for you guys: the Cincinnati offensive line only has one returning player from last year. So the way I've been going at it is that they're finding their chemistry more and more every week, which is one of the most important things that a football team can have is chemistry in your offensive line. Knowing when to pull, knowing when to pick up certain blocks off somebody, knowing when to double team players, knowing when to create holes where they need to be created, wink, smile, and just being able to work as a unit, the most important unit on the team. So I am going to take Cincinnati in this game in the upset. We could all be very wrong about this, though. This game could go either way, but we're all going to take Cincinnati, and we might all pay for it. Tony will probably take the Ravens in this, honestly, I feel like.
He should send us his game picks.
Definitely taking the over with you guys as well. I think this is going to be a Call of Duty team deathmatch, first to 50 points wins. Because I feel like that's just how the game is going to go. It's just going to be nothing but scoring. This will probably be the game of the week, Casey, because it's going to be nothing but scoring. It's going to be really entertaining. It's going to be a death match. I'm excited for this game.
Yeah, I'll definitely be watching this game.
Yeah. Picked a good game for Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, this is the game to have this week for Sunday Night Football for sure. Like last week, holy crap!
This is the best Sunday Night Football game that there has been this year so far.
So far.
So far.
To the chat.
Jared's
Kevin,
going to bed.
Burrow is also mobile, so that blah blitz defense is null. Whatever, Kevin. We'll see what happens. That's why we play the games. But Jerry, bedtime for me, EAGLES, and then
spells dumbass.
Oh,
Edward
says you like Baltimore not trusting their defense and Cincy winning by FG. Me too. See, Edward likes it too. Jerry! Exclamation point. Kevin, Jerry, they won't fly. That's pretty funny.
Thanks, Kev.
Kevin's always there. Funny. All right, here we go. Next game here, we have the Detroit Lions going into Foxborough to take on the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots took the Packers to overtime this week. Aaron Rodgers, Matt Zappe, or is it Matt Zappe? I know his last name's Zappe, but I don't know what his first name is.
That.
Forgive me, Zappe. I'm just going to call you Zappe. All right, how about that? Never going to watch this, but whatever. I think
Watching right now.
the Patriots are favored by 3 in this game. The over under is 46.5. The Patriots offense will keep things simple against this Lions defense that cannot stop anything. The Lions defense is fucking trash, dude. Like, they are terrible. They have Aiden Hutchinson, and that's about it. I don't know what else to say. Their offense can score points, but I don't know if they're going to score enough points against this Patriots defense, who has been pretty good the first couple weeks. I like the Patriots in this game, and I like them to cover the 3. I think the Patriots are going to win at home. They're going to bounce back. They win by more than 3. I'm going to say the score is like 27-20, something like that. I think that's what this game's destined for. The Patriots could score more points, though, because the Lions defense is that bad. They're terrible. They can't stop anything. And I'll take the over in the points, 46.5 over. 27-20. Yeah, that puts me at 47 points.
Quick math.
Yeah, so I saw a stat today. The Lions have the number 1 scoring offense in the league right now. They also have the 32nd best scoring defense this year.
Defense wins games.
And they said the last team to finish first in scoring offense and last in scoring defense was the 2000 Rams, which the year before they went to a Super Bowl. Fun fact.
Fun facts.
As you said, the Lions can't stop anybody. The Patriots are very simple. They took Green Bay to overtime, which none of us expected, especially you, Casey. You thought
That was
Green
your
Bay
blowout
was
of
just
the
gonna
week.
That was my
blow 'em
blowout
out.
of the week, and I was completely wrong.
And they did that with a 3rd-string quarterback, which is pretty impressive on its own against Green Bay. Green Bay is not terrible. But I'm going to go with the Lions because we've picked every single team the same so far. So I'm going to pick the Lions to win.
Fuck
And
it
I'm
up.
definitely taking the over. Because both teams will be able to score points. Maybe each Lions game is just going to be a shootout. Maybe. I guess.
Could be.
So, but I think the Lions will score more points. That's my take.
I like it, Steven. I like you you shaking it up there.
Mixing it
This
up.
might surprise you, Steven. I'm going to choose the Patriots.
That's fine. That's fine.
Just so everyone's clear on it, Bailey Zappi.
Bailey
Bailey
Zappi.
Zappi.
There you go. I kept calling him Matt for
He's
some reason.
starting New England Patriots quarterback for this week against Detroit Lions. He had a quarterback rating of 107.4 last week against Green Bay. That's pretty good
That is pretty good.
for getting thrown in there as a 3rd-string quarterback against the Green Bay Packers.
In Lambeau.
Who, honestly, in Lambeau. Let's not forget. I have no faith in Green Bay right now. Their record says otherwise, and they kind of find ways to win games still, but I don't know. Like, Green Bay is just not convincing me of anything right now. They're such a boring team to watch right now. It's kind of annoying.
Like the Patriots.
It kind of frustrates me to watch the Packers. But anyway, we're not talking about them. We're talking about the Patriots and the Lions. So, we got Patriots at home, yes?
Correct.
Yeah, in Foxborough.
In Foxborough.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Patriots here. Casey said it perfectly with the damn Lions defense trying to live true to the Lions name and bring the team back down to the dirt that they normally are.
They're trash.
Sorry to say it, but
they're trash.
they are. It's bad. Their offense though is fucking nuts.
Pretty
Are they getting DeAndre Swift back this week or no?
Don't know.
Don't know yet.
He's
Should be
questionable.
decided there. That could change the tide, honestly. But I'm taking the Patriots here at home in Foxborough. I don't want to put my faith in the Patriots because I don't like them, but we're going to do it anyway. Bailey Zappi's going to lead the Patriots to a win over the Leones.
All right. Kevin says, Patriots. No, I'm not a fan anymore, just basing off of Packers game. Oh, yeah, you were a Patriots fan back then. I remember that. Edward, with the scoring Lions could be arguably potentially be undefeated this far, but yeah, that is true. If their defense showed up in any aspect for any of those games, they could probably be undefeated right now. It's why we play the games. The truth has been told. Oh, Kevin says, nah, lies. Danny Boy chose the Browns. The Browns. You did choose the Browns.
I did choose the Brands.
All right. Liar. Next game here, we have the Titans going to FedEx Field to play the Commanders. The Titans are favored by 2.5. The over-under is 42.5. The Titans continue to be very unpredictable, up and down team from week to week. They did just beat my Colts in the first half, and the Colts had to play catch-up. That's why we lost that game. Those turnovers did not help us. But we're not talking about the Colts. We're talking about the fucking Titans. The Titans look lost against the Giants and Bills before beating down the Raiders and Colts. I don't really think they beat both teams down. They were both close games, but the Commanders are terrible against the pass and wide receivers, but the Titans have limited options without their rookie Treylon Burks. Carson Wentz tends to play better at home against weaker defenses and will make sure Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel get to eat against bad coverage. I don't think the Commanders can win this game, though. I think they will score some points. I think both teams will score some points. It's going to go back and forth, but I like the Titans to win like 34-28. Final score there. Titans cover the 2.5, and if I'm going 34-28, I'm taking the over 42.5. That's my pick.
Yeah, the Commanders, I think, are starting to show the true colors now. I mean, they haven't been able to do anything on offense these last couple games. Granted, they played some decent defenses, and I think the Titans are starting to kind of figure out their offense now. That being said, your Colts did shut them down in the second half, but of course you had to play catch up, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I just can't pick Washington right now. I just don't think they're just really inconsistent right now. They don't have Chase Young still on defense, so that hurts them a lot. So I'm gonna go for Titans. They're gonna cover 2.5. I have them winning by a touchdown. I think I'm gonna take the over though. I think both teams are not good defensively to where they can score points, so I'll take the over for point wise. Yeah.
This is a kind of a weird game because it could go one way, like it could go either way.
Might be
It
a
really
good game.
could.
I think it's gonna be a good game.
This could be one of those like early morning games that you do want to watch because it's gonna go back and forth. I'm just trying to decide who I have more faith in, whose defense I have more faith in, and because on one end you got Derrick Henry and the Titans, they don't have much of a passing game, which is good for the Commanders because their pass defense is god awful, as we saw against Dallas last week. On the other hand, you have Washington, who doesn't have much of a run offense, and the Titans can't stop that. So it's weird. It's like they're like evenly matched for each other. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard for me to choose. I'm going to take Washington, though. I'm going to take Washington in the FedEx Field this week, and I think it'll be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to go over on the over-under. Yeah, I'm going to take Washington because all that Tennessee can do is Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is the only thing they can do. They had a bunch of turnovers last week with Indy, and that's the only reason they actually won that game. We both said that Indy started shutting them down in the second half. So I'm going to go with Washington on an at-home upset.
Perfect. Kevin says irrelevant game. Spot holder for TV stuff.
Yeah.
Edward says Titans. It's either that game or Jersey Shore rerun, so game it is. Kevin says Titans, though. Kevin also says new Commander uniforms are cool, though. By the way, those Commander uniforms that were against you guys, probably the most
dope.
sickest uniforms in the NFL right now. I saw them on the field. I was like, yeah, they're nauseatingly good. Like,
I think they need-
I don't know how to describe
cool.
it. I saw them on the field and I was like, holy shit, those are cool.
Yeah.
I think they're really good. I think they need a little bit more red though. I mean,
Those
the yellow,
those uniforms, perfect. They're
I
great.
like those a lot.
just a little more red, just a little.
They
I
got
don't
on their
say-
helmet. It's fine. It's fine.
just a little bit.
It looks
Tiny.
really good. It pops too.
Other
Like
than
the
that-
names on the back look awesome too. Like
Yeah.
it looks good. So I
I
love
still
those
think
uniforms.
they kind of fucked up creating the team, the Commanders, because it's just such a layup for people to call them the commies.
The commies and the
Let's go,
Cowboys.
Commies.
Wasting the capital is just like, come on, motherfuckers! Like, really?
Like Tony said, the NFL has great marketing. It's NFL
It's
marketing.
fucking so
All right, let's move on to the next game. The Giants are not visiting the Packers because this game is being played in London. We got it right this time, guys. The Giants go play the Packers in London. The Giants have never lost in London. The Packers have never played in London. So something's got to give here.
well, the Packers are going to play in London. That's going to be good.
Yeah, that is true. Packers can pound the Giants' front to wear down their pass rush, and New York's secondary won't slow down Aaron Rodgers' suddenly red-hot top targets. Green Bay fans will trade their cheddar for, I don't know, what do they eat over there? Cheese?
Sausage rolls. They eat
Sausage rolls. Oh, no. They're going to trade their cheddar for some crumpets, okay? But
Some team crumpets.
I think it's going to be a home game for Green Bay, though, because Green Bay, I mean, nobody lives in Green Bay. Everybody travels for their games. But I think the Packers win, and they win big. Not like a super big blowout, but I think it's going to be like 31-20, something like that. Maybe it'll even be 31-14. But the Packers are favored by 8.5 in this game. The over-under is 41. So if I have the over in this game, I think that it's going to go over for sure. But yeah, 31-14, Packers in London. They take it.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. Like Daniel said earlier with the Patriots game, Green Bay is not as good as as we think they are. I was looking at some power rankings today. They have them like high as 4. I was like, there is no way they're 4 in the NFL right now. There are teams much better than the Packers right now. Packers are still good. They are finding ways to win, but I don't think they're just that good. The Giants, on the other hand, they are surprising a lot of people. They're 3-1. Saquon is going off this year, which is good for me, for my fantasy team. And he looks like he should have been in his first year.
His first 4 years in the league.
Yeah, I mean, he looks back to form. He looks perfectly healthy, and he's going to take the Giants' places if he stays healthy. Question is, the Giants don't have a passing offense. Daniel Jones cannot pass the ball. He ran for 2 touchdowns last week. I mean, I just don't think they'll be able to keep up. I think Green Bay will be able to find their rhythm, though. Green Bay will win. I don't think they're going to cover, though. I think it's going to be a tight game. But I'm going to say the over as well for the score.
Dang.
So
I kind of fucked up. They're going to trade their cheddar heads for some fish and chips. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah, dude.
It's going to be like a fish with some fucking chips sticking out of it. I don't know.
Think that's what fish and chips is?
No, I know what fish and chips is. It's fish and fries.
Which stadium is it?
They call it fries.
They're playing at Wembley.
They're playing at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium
again. Yeah. The next London game is at Wembley,
where they play soccer because it's called soccer.
I thought they played this last game at Tottenham.
Yeah, they're playing the next game there too.
The third one is at Wembley.
Okay, at Wembley.
Mm-hmm.
There's no Mexico City game this year?
Yes, later. So
It's
Niners and somebody
There's
else.
5 international games this year.
There's one in Munich too.
Yep.
Oh, Munich, Germany. That's right. I heard about that one.
Yep.
Yeah, but Green Bay, New York covering though, and the over.
Good, Daniel.
This could be a sneaker for the Giants. It really could. I keep saying it. I am ye of little faith in the Green Bay Packers right now. The thing is, though, is that they are still 3-1, and they're finding ways to win their games. They're not pretty. They're very ugly wins, and like I keep saying too, is in week 1 that's when people figure out their offenses and they're just whole team, and it just I can't take the Giants in this game. I got to go with the Packers. I don't know that they cover though. I've been thinking really a lot about this while you guys went off about all that, and I just still don't know, man. Let's go Packers. Not covering, because 8.5 is a big spread in the NFL. And I'm going to take the over. Yeah, I'll go over with it. Neither of the defenses are that great, so we'll go over. I'll agree with Steven here. Packers win, Giants cover, over.
Perfect. Yes, Wembley, a real stadium. Beans on toast. That's what Kevin says.
It's true. They eat it there.
Edward also said Tennessee College and their new black threads are better, though.
I didn't see those.
I didn't see them either. 'Cause nobody cares about Tennessee.
Wow.
You're the only 10 I see.
You think their hot dogs are gray over there, too? Says Edward.
They don't eat hot dogs over there. They eat sausage.
Yeah, they eat sausage. And then Kevin, this is hurting Daniel because I'm sure he hates the Giants.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Daniel hates
The
anybody.
Giants are pretty irrelevant, though, so it's kind of like whatever.
Hates anybody that's not the Cowboys there. All right, let's move on. Let's get through all these games. The Bears going into Minnesota to take on the Vikings. The Vikings are favored by 7 in this game. The over-under is 44. I will tell you right now, I like the under in this game. I don't care. Like, the Bears did rev up their passing game a little against the Texans, but they still lost. No, wait.
No, they didn't. They won.
They revved up their passing game against the Texans, but they won. They won 23-20. Sorry, that's how much I don't pay attention to the Bears. The Bears just can't keep up with Minnesota. Minnesota's defense is better. Justin Jefferson's gonna have a lot of fantasy points this year. And Adam Thielen had a game last week in London. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw that. He was catching a lot of balls. Yep. But the Vikings are gonna smash another division foe at home and go to 4-1. Score prediction, I'd say like 28-14, something like that.
So you said you're picking the under, right? I forgot.
28-14. So math.
That's 42. So yeah.
Yep. Under.
There you go. Big brains.
Yep. I have to agree. I mean, I think 7 points for Minnesota being favored. I think that's generous right now. The Bears, I don't think will be able to keep up at all. The Vikings are the much superior team. They're probably still the best team in the NFC North, honestly. So I'm going to take them winning by at least 2 touchdowns as well. I just don't see Chicago matching at all. So give me Minnesota covering and give me the under as well. They'll win 21-7.
It's a pretty low scoring game. 4 touchdowns altogether. Yeah, there's not a lot of like super. Well, I don't want to say there's not a lot of tough matchups because it's been hard for me to decide most of these matchups actually. So this one is not a tough matchup to decide. I agree with you guys. They're going into Minnesota. It is a division game though, so I think Chicago could kind of keep up a little bit. 7 is a big spread too, but I think the Vikings will cover it. I think Justin Jefferson is going to feast this game, depending on how Kirk Cousins can fucking throw the ball around, and every week is dependent on him and being able to perform because he's so Kirk Cousins. It upsets me for the Vikings fans. I'm going to take the over in this, though. I think Minnesota is going to score a lot, and I think Chicago can score a couple touchdowns too. Casey, you have your point addition math. I don't. Words are hard. At 42, I'm going to go with like 31-24.
That's 55.
So you take the over.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over in it. And for the sake of the spread, for the sake of the spread, I'm going to take what did I just say? 31-24?
You'll take 31, it. That's even. That's Minnesota
31-23. So that the 7 will cover.
Fucking math.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll take the Vikings there to cover, and we'll take the over.
All right, back to the chat. Minnesota is just better on this one, at least. I'll say 21-7. Xander in the chat. No way Minnesota covers 14 points. Xander, what do you think the score will be? Let us know. I want to know your opinions. I think they can cover the 14 at home against this Bears team. This Bears team's not that good at all. You like that? Kirky getting the W, I think. That's what Edward said. All right. Just for the sake of getting through, you guys can keep talking in the chat. We're going to go through these games here. The Seattle Seahawks going to the Superdome to take on the Saints. The Saints are favored by 5.5 here. The over-under is 46. I will say the Seahawks are playing a lot better as the year goes on. Geno Smith is playing pretty good. He played really good against the Lions last week. Their defense is a little to be... I don't know. Their defense is not that good. By the way,
Geno Smith plays for the Seahawks, not the Jets.
Yeah. Just in case anybody wants to know, Daniel thought Geno Smith still played for the Jets, so there's that. But Seattle's offense is still supported by dangerous wide receivers DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. The Saints' offense is being smashed by injuries with rookie wide receiver Chris Olave as a standout. So Chris Olave is going to be a really good receiver in a few years. He's good right now, but he's going to be really, really good. I think Seattle is healthier, and they're going to continue to play well. But I like the Saints in this game. I don't think the Saints cover this game, though. This could be like a 24-20 game. The Saints are favored by 5.5. I think that's where it's going to go. If I'm doing 24-20, I'm taking the under in this game. The over-under is 46. But I like the Saints, but they don't cover.
I think the Seahawks have been surprising a lot of people this year. They're definitely better on offense than a lot of people thought they were going to be. With Geno Smith, he's been doing better statistically than Russell Wilson has been in Denver. So, I mean, that kind of worked out for Seattle at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
The Saints have not been doing what everyone expected them to do. We thought they were going to be one of the best teams defensively in the NFC. That's not happening. Jameis Winston's hurt. That's definitely hurting them. Alvin Kamara is also hurt right now. He's questionable this week. Yeah, I'm honestly going to pick Seattle in this game. I think they can pull off the upset. I mean, they scored 48 points. Granted, it was against the Lions defense, but 48 points against any NFL defense, that's pretty good. So I have the Seahawks winning this game. As for the over-under, I have the over. I think this can be another shootout, honestly. Yeah, I'll take the over and the Seahawks winning.
There you go. Get the
Gonna need some
contrast in there.
W's. Gonna need some
It's a
W's.
W. Jameis Winston's coming back, baby. They're gonna win. I'm taking the Saints here. He'll be back this week. It says on here in the report, Jameis Winston appears to have an uphill. Oh, just kidding. Never mind. He is playing.
This
I believe
This guy.
thus far. But if Jameis is leading the team, I'm taking the Saints here in the Superdome over the Seahawks. The spread 5.5. Ugh. Nah, I think it'll be a close game, 3-point game. But I'll take the Saints here, and then I will also take the. I'll take the over. Take the over.
Perfect. Let's see. Kevin, I also think Bowler's opinion is irrelevant because no reserve run.
Still talking about Tarkov.
Edward. Gino plays Seattle, right? Plays
Yeah.
in Seattle, right?
Yeah.
So possibly Seattle. Xander. Daniel never knows who is on what team. Daniel, yeah, I think that's kind of
I
true.
have a poor memory. Okay, it's
Yeah.
not a good thing. ADHD is a
It's
bitch.
like 2 years behind, apparently. Edward, if not Red Rifle and Nola. He played last week, and he did not play very well. Xander, he still thinks Peyton is an Indy. I wish Peyton was still an Indy. We need help. He can't read either. You can't even read. However the fuck McGregor
not
says
a
it.
great week for me.
Yeah. You want to start over?
Yeah, let's just start the whole thing over.
All right. That
was
Burn it all
funny.
down. All right.
God,
God.
bless.
Let's move on here. Falcons going into Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. Right now, the Buccaneers are 9-point favorites. The over-under is 48 in this game. The Falcons are playing pretty well this year. I know they've lost majority of their games, but they've all been pretty close. I don't think they've really gotten blown out yet. They almost came back from 28-3. They were down 28-3 against the Rams, and they came back. But the Falcons are near the end of the line with Marcus Mariota and Drake London and Kyle Pitts. They're not really being maximized in the passing game very well. Kyle Pitts is a monster, and he should be used more. That's all I got to say about that. But Drake London's been their go-to guy. They're also down key weapons like Cordero Patterson, and they're on the road in Tampa. But Cordero Patterson wasn't going to do a lot against this Tampa defense. Tampa Bay is pissed, too. They lost to Kansas City last week.
Bad.
They got destroyed by Kansas City last week. I think 9 points is a lot, though, for this game, because I think Atlanta will keep it closer. It's a division game. Atlanta can stay in this game. I don't think they're going to win this game, so I would take Atlanta to cover the 9, but they lose. And I'm probably going to take the under in the points. It's at 48. I don't think 48 points are scored in this game. I think the final score could be like 28-21, something like that. So
That's 49 points. That's over.
okay, 28-20. How about that? Even. There you go. I can't fucking math on site here. But I still like the under in the points. I would take the under. This is my prediction. But Tampa Bay over Atlanta. Atlanta covers. Tampa Bay wins. Under in the points.
Yeah, Tampa Bay's pissed. They got destroyed. They got a couple. I think they got a trash touchdown at the end there, so make the score look a little better. But they're pissed. Their defense has been rock solid this whole year until they met the Chiefs. The Falcons, like you said, are surprising people as well. They're doing a lot better. They are doing well offensively. Marcus Mariota, Kyle Pitts has been doing pretty good as well. I just don't know about that Atlanta defense though. And with Tom Brady getting Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and What's his name? Julio Jones back. I see the Bucks winning pretty easily in this game. I think they'll win by 10, so I'll have the Tampa Bay covering, and I'm gonna take the under. Honestly, they're gonna win 31. Hold on, if I say the under, I say 21, that's whatever.
Y'all are good
Under.
at math, huh?
Yeah,
Just don't make a
It's 'cause
score
I-
prediction if you don't know.
I hear this is good score in my mind, and then I look at the over under. I'm just like, crap, that's not good.
It's
So-
kind of hard to pick in some of these games, man. It's because you think about it and you're like, no, I'll take the under, but then you come up with a score and you're like, oh shit, that's not under. But I'm gonna agree with you guys with Tampa Bay taking it to Atlanta this week. Like you said, Casey, division rivalry. I say it every single week. Division rivalries are always tough games. They just are. You want to beat your division rival more than anything. So I think Tampa Bay. I think Atlanta will keep it close. Definitely covering that 9-point spread. I'm on the same page with you guys on the under here, but I think it's going to be a pretty low scoring game, honestly. I'm going to take like Tampa Bay 21-10 over Atlanta. So that definitely meets the under.
Yeah, we don't have to do the math there, so we're good
Yeah.
there. All right.
think
Is
that's Tampa
Josh's
Bay.
stream behind? Says Kevin, because we haven't heard from Josh in forever. Maybe the tsunami got him in fucking Japan. Edward, Buccaneers, single Brady is a force no one wants to reckon with.
Oof.
Yeah, that is true. He did cut off some weight. Xander says take the under in that one. Yeah, for sure. I think the under is going to hit. 9 is too much for sure. I think so too. Kevin, receivers need to hold on to the ball on the Buck side. That is correct. I mean, it was a 10-point game. They brought it back. Yeah, they sure did. Edward, guess because they got murdered last week is also a factor too. Yeah. Pissed off Tom Brady is not a Tom Brady you want to play. I don't care if he's like 45 or whatever the fuck how old he is. That's not going to be good for the Falcons this week.
Mhm.
But I still think the Falcons keep it close, like I said, and that's that. All right. Next game here.
Hold on real quick. I want to make a note because I said that the Falcons are going to cover, and then I picked a score that didn't cover. So 24-17 Bucks.
Yeah, see, there you go. That's how it
I had
happens.
the other part right, and then I got the spread wrong. So just God,
okay.
shambles. Shambles.
It's okay.
All right.
It's been a tough work week for everyone. It's okay.
Yeah.
San Francisco 49ers going into Carolina to take on the Panthers. Right now, the 49ers are favored by 6.5. The over-under is 38.5 in this game. Probably the lowest
Wow.
over-under of the week. The
Yeah.
49ers blew their first 2 road trips to Chicago and Denver. I think they're going to redeem themselves against Carolina, which poses a defensive challenge, but won't be able to move the ball against this 49ers defense. Baker Mayfield's going to struggle with them. There's no universe where Matt Rule will outcoach Kyle Shanahan and motivate this team. The team is Matt Rule is losing his team, and I don't think he's going to be in Carolina much longer. I think he's going to be fired pretty soon, and if they keep losing, he definitely will be fired. 6.5 points for the 49ers. I think they can cover. They just blew out the Rams, so
Mhm.
I wouldn't bet on this game, but if I was going to, I would take the 49ers minus 6.5, and I'd probably take the over 38.5. That's not a lot of points, 38.5, but we'll see what happens. This is a game I'm staying away from though, but I like the 49ers to win. I would say 49ers cover over 38.5.
Yeah, I always thought Matt Rule being hired in Carolina was such a weird hire, honestly. Like, he proved himself for a couple years in college with Baylor, and that was it. And then, boom, NFL team.
He even said, he's like, I'm not leaving those kids, and then they were like, we'll give you this much money. He's like, fuck them kids.
Yeah, he was like,
He left.
bye, peace out, Girl Scout. Yeah, Baker Mayfield's going to have his hands full this week with that 49ers defense. I just don't think they'll be able to keep up, even with Christian McCaffrey being healthy again this week. They just won't be able to match 49ers defensive intensity. So definitely give me the 49ers winning by at least a touchdown. So I'm going to take San Francisco covering. I'm going to take the over because that is kind of a low spread. I think San Francisco can score at least 28 points. I think Carolina should score at least 14. So I'll take the over.
Yeah. Last week when San Francisco played the Rams, all 3 of you guys picked the Rams, and I was the only one to pick the Niners. And I stand by it 1,000% that the Niners are a great and scary team again this year. They're finally using Deebo Samuel again the way that he's supposed to be utilized, and he had a play go off for like I think 60+ yards in the last game. For
Yeah,
a touchdown.
made me lose a fantasy league game. I lost by 2 points, and that run made her win. Upset.
Yeah, so I mean, we know the Niners defense is solid and their offense is figuring things out again. Poor Trey Lance, of course, but Jimmy G's back in charge there. They're more comfortable, and I think they're more confident now. So, especially after beating the Rams last week. So I'm going to take the Niners here to cover the spread easily. I'm going to say probably like a 2-score game in this, actually. So I think I'm going to go like 35-17. Yeah, 35-17 Niners.
I think it's a blowout. All right, let's go here. Kevin, you have one job. Daniel, I don't know what your job is, but you have one job.
It was on the spread from the last game.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right.
Me
Edward, also, if anyone cares, no, which none of you probably do. Yeah, there you go. Don't care. Aaron, yeah, we already talked about that, Edward.
Fuck
you missed
the
that. So
Yankees.
fuck the Yankees. Nobody cares. But congrats, Aaron Judge. Yeah, whatever. You know, did it here in
it's
Dallas.
juicing for sure.
Xander, Matt Rule going back to college sooner than later. Yeah, that he's gonna be in college probably by the springtime. I think he gets fired this year though. I don't think he lasts the whole year in the NFL. Sorry, I'm behind, says Edward. Xander says the Niners look scary. Defense is fast and Deebo is a dog. Yeah, like I said, Deebo made me lose a fantasy league matchup this week. I'm mad about it. Kevin, 49ers, because my dad is a fan. Well, for your dad's sake, I hope they win. Nobody likes the Panthers anyway, so. Xander,
True.
this guy just reading my comments now for his takes. Ooh, Daniel. He's talking to
Xander
you.
and I have very, very similar minds, and he doesn't want to admit it.
Nah, you're reading his takes.
But it's because I have a lot of.
Xander, get on the show.
Fallouts.
We need you instead.
Xander has all the memory retention that I don't. It's the only difference.
Kevin, Casey, I think we can all agree your fantasy picks are less than great. LOL.
Damn.
Hey, whatever.
Do you think?
I'm doing okay. Okay, Kevin? Doing okay.
Do you think if Sam Darnold gets healthy again, they put him in instead of Baker?
Hell no. No. Don't think Sam Darnold will see a
Darnold had
field again.
long
Holy
time to
crap.
prove himself there.
Xander says that you just copy him, Daniel.
Yeah.
Is this true? Is this true?
No, it's not.
Ooh. Damn.
Ooh.
All right. Let's move on to your and Steven's game of the week. Y'all's game of the week. Cowboys at the Rams. Rams are favored by 4.5. The over-under in this game is 43. It will be Cooper Rush starting, as you guys told me earlier, correct?
Yes.
The Cowboys offense has cleaned up things around the QB and need more pop in the passing game with Michael Gallup back. I don't think they're going to run all that well against the Rams, but it figures to be an aerial battle where protecting the ball will be a premium. I think whoever wins the turnover battle in this game is going to win the game. So your boy Diggs, if he comes up with some good catches, I mean, you know, all he has to do is cover Cooper Kupp because that's all Matthew Stafford fucking throws to. Like I said earlier, I have Allen Robinson on my fantasy team and he doesn't fucking throw to him. So
Yeah.
there's that too. I think the Rams take this Cooper Kupp versus CeeDee Lamb duel, and the Cowboys try to come back later, but the Rams pull it off. My final score, I think it's a great game though, and I think the Cowboys can pull it off, just so you guys know. But I think the Rams at home will win like 20-16, something like that, because you guys kick a lot of field goals. So,
Yeah.
Oh, this game has been tough for me to pick, just as a Cowboy fan, but also as a realistic fan. The Rams are a good team. Don't get me wrong. The Cowboys are also a good team. Cowboys defense is not as good as San Francisco's defense, but they are good and they can rush the pass, which LA is struggling with right now. So if they can get to the quarterback again, Matthew Stafford, they may be able to pull this off. And if Cooper Rush just stays consistent and uses Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb like he did last week, I mean, Michael Gallup, he looked like he didn't miss a beat, honestly.
Yep.
He had a few catches. He had a touchdown. He's going to get more into rhythm as the season goes on. So the only thing that questions me about the Cowboys is their run offense. they want to run the ball more, but they just struggled against Washington last week. I think Zeke only had like 50 yards, and then Tony Pollard didn't even have 10 yards, I don't think. Nor did they use Pollard at all, really. And they just stuck on the back of Cooper Rush. The Rams defense is scary. They have a good front four, actually a good front seven, honestly. So they will probably be able to get to Cooper Rush. So,
Make the pick.
I hate this, but I'm gonna go for the Rams. They're not gonna cover though. I think the Cowboys are gonna cover.
You're a shit fan. I'm just
Shut
kidding.
up. Shut up.
I'm just kidding.
Rams
All right.
winning, Cowboys covering. It could be a low scoring game, so I'm gonna pick the under.
What's the over under right now? 43?
43.
43.
I respect it, Steven. But I'm going to respectfully disagree with you
I was trying to convince myself to pick the Cowboys, but I couldn't.
because I am going to have faith in the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm scared to do it, honestly, because this is one of those games. This is one of those games where it's tough to pick, and logically, I'm picking more with my heart here. And I think that a big reason of it is because of the pass rush for Dallas. I think Dallas is going to get to Matt Stafford a lot, and I think they're going to game plan to cover Cooper Kupp because they know that that's the only receiver they really have to worry about as of right now. So if they're smart about it, they will double team and work more toward Cooper Kupp and kind of make them throw to the other receivers that they have and make them work with it. I don't see either of these teams doing a lot with the run offenses. But yeah, Casey, you said it too with the turnover ratio. Whoever's going to have more turnovers might be the one to win the game, and I agree with that wholeheartedly. And I have faith. I have faith in the Cowboys, and I love that Michael Gallup came back and Cooper Rush. Like the fact that Cooper Rush is being debated to take over for Dak Prescott, even when Dak Prescott is healthy now, is amazing. Like he's a starting caliber quarterback now for the NFL. He's 4-0 as a starter, and he's proved himself. He knows how to run an offense, and he knows how to settle in and make plays happen. The Rams have not impressed me at all this year in any aspect of their team. Matthew Stafford sucks. Cooper Kupp is Cooper Kupp. I mean, he's going to do his thing, especially when he's getting targeted 19 times a game and going for 120 yards and still not scoring a touchdown. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And yeah, so I'm going to take Dallas. As far as the spread goes, I think it's going to be a field goal to win game. So I'm going to have, I'm going to say, let's go 21-20. Dallas.
1 point game.
Jesus.
1 point game to win it.
Don't
Last
get me wrong.
field goal.
I hope the Cowboys win, but I just see the Rams.
Of
win.
course, you hope they win. They're your team. So
Yeah.
Back to the comments here. Edward says Matt Stafford rip with a tombstone there. Xander says, give me the boys +4 and to win. Actually, Xander, it might make more sense if you like them to win. Just take them straight up. They're +175 to win. If you take them +4.5, they are -110. So if you just, I mean, if you want to take both bets, that's cool. I mean, you can parlay them, I think. But +175 will get you paid more. So if you take them straight up, have that much faith in them. There you go. Kevin, gym time. Have a good one, boys. Bye, Kevin. And Daniel has a heart. Bye, Kevin. Thanks for popping in the stream here. We always enjoy having you here. Edward, Cooper Rush is starting this week, by the way, in case you didn't know.
Yes.
Yes, we know.
I think it's smart too because
be smart with
you
your
have Aaron
quarterback.
Donald on the defensive side of the ball, and that scares me with Dak coming. Dak doesn't need to come back yet. He just doesn't need to.
Yeah.
We're in a good place in the division, and Cooper Rush is settled in, and he's taking care of business. So
I mean, if you guys want Cooper Rush, we'll take him. I mean, because fucking Matt Ryan. God.
Well, the point I'm getting at is to just let Dak rest as much as he can. So
Xander says, well, yeah, obviously. Yeah, but you said give me the boys +4 and to win. So that's what I'm trying to tell you there. So kind of going back and forth. You ready for the next game?
Yeah.
I think we got like 2 or 3 games left.
2 more.
The Philadelphia Eagles are going into Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Eagles roll into the desert, and I think their passing game gets going because they won't have wind, rain, and cold at home like they do at home. I I think Jalen Hurts is going to roll with AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. The Eagles are going to get a lot of pass yards in this game, and I think Jalen Hurts might even run some touchdowns in himself. Kyler Murray won't see as many wide open spaces as a dual threat against Pittsburgh's defense. Pittsburgh's defense is surprisingly really good this year. The Eagles are favored by 5.5. The over-under is 49. I like the over in this game. I like the Eagles to cover the 5.5. I don't care if they're in Arizona. I think they're a much better team than Arizona. Arizona hasn't shown me really anything yet this year to show me that they're a really good football team. But give me the Eagles 31-20. And yeah, that's my final score. 31-20. So
You trying
Eagles.
to do the math in your head right there real quick?
Yep, I sure did. It's 50. We're good. We're over.
51.
So yeah.
It's
Oh, 51.
49.
Sorry, there you go. It's 49 is the
49.
over
okay.
under.
What did you say?
No, I was making sure the over under was 49.
Yeah,
Oh,
over
yeah.
under 49. So yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, I have to agree. The Battle of the Birds, the Eagles are just the Eagles are just dominating pretty much in every aspect right now, as they should right now. I mean, they have probably one of the easiest beginnings of schedules.
They have the
already.
easiest strength of schedule this season.
Yeah, I mean, they should be winning these games, so no question there. They should definitely convincingly beat the Cardinals, I think, in Arizona. Should be a fun game to watch, though. I think Kyler Murray can still put up points and still make this a game, but I still see the Eagles winning. I have them covering. The Eagles should win at least by a touchdown. Point-wise, I think I'm going to take the over. I think both teams can score points. It just depends on how much Philly's defense can keep Kyler Murray from running all over them.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same page with you guys here. It's because Arizona's one of those teams too, where it's just like you never know what Arizona team you're gonna see, like every week. You know, like sometimes they show up, and then sometimes it's just a complete shit show. But Philly has just been annoyingly good this year, and it's ugh, it's annoying. But yeah, I'm taking Philly here, kind of big. I think it's going to be pretty similar to the Jacksonville game. I think I'd put Arizona on the same level as Jacksonville at this point, honestly. Jacksonville might even be a little bit better. I don't see Arizona's defense doing a lot against Philly's passing offense, maybe shutting down the run offense a little bit, but there's not much life in Arizona right now except for like Kyler Murray, I feel like. So I'm going to take Philly to win this away game. I'll take them to cover the 5.5. I'm going to go for like a 10-point game. And 49 point. Yeah, I think it'll be pretty high scoring. I'm going to do... let's say 38-24. Eagles.
Good to go there. All right. Xander, well, yeah, obviously. Keep Dak out until after the bye week. Well, if they win, they cover. Yes, obviously they do. But the better odds are take them on the money line if you think they're going to win. Best team Philly has played is Jacksonville. That's probably true too.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll give Eagles a win so Dallas can give the L. Clown. Says Xander. Clown town. Last game here. Raiders going into Arrowhead Stadium to take on the Chiefs. The Chiefs are favored by 7, and the over-under is 51. I don't know how the fuck the Colts beat the Chiefs, but we did. No idea how. But the Chiefs' offense is a complete running and passing groove with Patrick Mahomes right now after dismantling Tampa Bay. The Raiders' offense has become run-reliant as Derek Carr is still trying to settle into a complicated passing game. The Chiefs have tended to crush in this matchup as of late. I think they've been destroying Las Vegas lately. But Kansas City will put Las Vegas into a negative game script here, and I don't even think that this game should not be a Monday night game. I think they made it a Monday night game because everybody thought the Raiders were going to be good. I told you all the Raiders are going to suck, and they have. So I like the Chiefs. They're going to put up a lot of points in this game. I think it's going to be like 41-24 Chiefs. And that gives you Chiefs covering, and the over hits 51.
What score did you say?
41-24.
41-27. Yeah, that's 65.
No, I'm not questioning his math.
Oh.
I'm just seeing if I agree or not. Go ahead, Steven.
Yeah, Kansas City, their offense just took off against what we thought was one of the best defenses in the league right now was Tampa Bay. We thought.
So we thought.
Yeah, so we thought. And then Kansas City just went, nope. Travis Kelce went nuts. Patrick Mahomes went nuts also. The Raiders did get their first win. Granted, it was against the Broncos. But the Chiefs are just a different monster. And I just don't see the Raiders being able to keep up with them. So give me Kansas City covering this game pretty easily. I have them winning by 10. I'll definitely take the over because Kansas City can put up points. And the Raiders will be able to put some points up, but no way will they be able to match Kansas City. No way. So
Can I
That's
go
my
for
pick.
3 blowouts this week?
Yeah, I think I've got like 4, so go for it.
Yeah. After what the Chiefs did to the fucking, I almost said the Texans, the fucking Buccaneers last week. Steven, you said too earlier that the Buccaneers had a couple charity touchdowns toward the end of that game where it was just like, I guess we'll let him back in it. Yeah, if Kansas City shows up and plays the way they did last week, like offensively, they're gonna dismantle the Raiders. They're gonna fucking destroy them. I like the score that you picked, Casey. That's why I asked you again, because you said like what, 41-28?
41-24.
41-24. Yeah. I like that score a lot, actually. I'm going to actually like completely agree with you on it with the prediction. 41-24. Yeah. Because I could see Vegas scoring a good, like a couple of touchdowns in there, a couple field goals.
I'll say this:
because
Kansas City's defense is not that great. That's why their offense is what keeps them rolling. But go ahead.
Yep. Yeah, the Chiefs are that team that they're like the Warriors, like the NBA Warriors of the NFL. They prove that offense can win a championship. So I'll take the Chiefs here. Same score as you, Casey, obviously covering the over and covering the spread.
Perfect. We've gone through all the games, guys. We did it. We
Yeah.
went through them
We
all.
did it. We did it.
Let's go back to the chat here. Josh Bittinger is back. Holy shit. Wow. Way to come back at the end of the stream, Josh.
Josho.
If you bet against your team, you're a fail. F-A-L-E. Oh, fake. You're fake for not being here for the whole stream. How about that? Rip Raiders. Remember when Casey said Carr was good? What are you talking about? I said the Raiders are going to suck all year. What are you talking about? Xander, Travis Kelce equals dog. And he is correct. He walked by me when we were in Indy, and he is like 6 feet taller than me. He's not that much taller than me, but I was like, whoa.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Edward, every week is diff. Xander, Vegas needs to give Josh Jacobs the ball for sure. I mean, he got the ball last week and he was doing well.
They won.
Yeah. McDaniels wants to be the only Josh working for the Raiders. That's pretty funny. Yeah, that is true. I hate that guy though, because he originally took the Colts job back in the day, and then he was like, "No, peace. I'm gonna stay with the Patriots." Fuck you, Josh McDaniels. The Colts beat KC. Anything can happen. That is true.
It's true, Edward.
Don't know how we won it, but we did. Also,
because you guys aren't as bad as you should be.
Yeah, I'm undefeated at Colts games, just so you guys know. I saw a win and I saw a tie.
Yeah.
Games I haven't been at, we've lost, so we're losing this week against Denver. But
thanks,
chat,
winning.
Got anything else to add for this show here? So we do have to make some more
Holy
videos
shit.
right now.
What the fuck?
What was that?
What happened?
That was thunder.
Oh.
Like a bomb just went off outside. Oh,
apparently it rains in El Paso.
Okay. And with that, I'm gonna go seek shelter.
He's already in shelter.
Seek shelter immediately. Abusive
Yeah.
language.
All right.
Oh boy.
You guys got anything to add for this show here?
I think we're good. I mean,
I'll say, as always, thank you guys for hanging out in the chat with us. We always appreciate it. We love having you guys here. I'm sorry that I was a mess today.
Yeah, Geno Smith apparently plays for the fucking Jets. What's wrong with you?
I'm tired, man.
Me and Steven are like,
I had the flu for like 12 hours or food poisoning or something, and I haven't slept in like 4 days. It's just, I'm in shambles. So,
by the way, going back to the chat, Xander says abusive language. Josh, I'm checking out. I'll be stateside next Saturday. Come visit us. Also, we have news for you later. We can't say it now, but later.
You can't say it now.
Yeah. Xander, if the Colts lose to Denver, pack it up and fire everyone. I wanted that to happen this week, Xander. I wanted them. I said, let's start the tank and fire Frank. Let's go. Fire him. Fire him all out. Josh, Casey, I said Carr was overrated. You disagreed. I don't think Carr is overrated. I don't. I think he plays on a bad team. I think Carr could play on a good team. Xander says it's Hailing. Oh, that sucks.
Yes, good wide receivers too.
Doesn't have an offensive line.
His offensive line's terrible. I don't know. Their defense is not that great either. So we actually took a couple of their defensive pieces to the Colts, and they're supposed to, that's why we should be good, but we're not. I don't get it. But anyway, Josh, miss you. Xander says it's Hailing. I hope your car is okay. That sucks. Josh, miss you guys. Kissy face. Christmas 2022. I'll become.
Oh God.
You're gonna turn into cum? Ew.
Oh. Why?
With kissy faces.
Yeah.
I couldn't resist that one. That was funny.
I hate Josh so much. Never met Josh, and I hate him with all my heart.
He's a Cowboy fan, though.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But out here, Casey.
Well, there we go. But as always, thank you for everybody watching the stream. If you got anything else to say, get it in now before we get out here. But we love all you guys that support us throughout the whole thing. We have a lot of fun putting all this stuff together, as we always say. But for Daniel and Steven, well, actually, here, hang on. Follow us on TikTok and Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you haven't left a like yet, leave a like on this stream because, yeah, leave a like. You guys leave a like too. How about you, Steven and Daniel? Leave a like on the stream.
I like the stream when it starts,
yeah.
baby. Let's go.
Yeah, no, do it now. Do it now. But
we do have a busy weekend, so videos may be a little delayed this week.
Yeah, we should have already had videos up, but they're not yet.
It's going to be a long week already.
Yeah. Josh texted me and said autocorrect fucking hates me. I'll become. That's funny.
Oh, did you mean to say home? Like, how is that autocorrect?
But anyway, my name is Casey. For Daniel and Steven down here, this is the Audible Sports Podcast, and we will see you guys in the next live stream. See y'all later.
Later.
Bye.